You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Linda. How are you doing today? You guys, I hope you all are having a great Sunday. It is 1:24 p.m. Central Standard Time. So some of y'all who might have went to church this morning might still be there unless you belong to one of those churches that I used to belong to that might not have you home till about 3:00 p.m. But I hope you guys are having a great Sunday, a great day so far, and looking forward to the new week. Tomorrow is Monday. Another week starts, work week, for those of y'all who do the Monday through Friday. But on the way in, please make sure you like and share the video. Please and thank you very much. Please like and share the video. It's very important to the algorithm for us content creators. And as you can see across the screen, we are on the road to 9K, baby. So again, please like and share the video. And on that note, I do want to say thank you to all those who has been on the road with me, especially my day ones, the ones who've been rocking with me since the beginning of the Hood Table creation, and those who came from my original channels over here as well and still support all my other channels as well. So I do appreciate all of you guys, the support, the donations, the likes and shares, the engagement, which is really, really important as well. All that plays into the algorithm for us content creators. So I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for my channel to get me to where I am today. Now, with that being said, I haven't really watched a lot. I saw my girl Deanna this morning. She did a live this morning. I think she finished maybe an hour ago or 30 minutes ago. I was up late last night. And I was actually watching TV. You know, I was binge watching some of my favorite shows. I was watching 911, you know, trying to catch up with that show. And then I was watching one of my favorite shows that I've been binge watching, which is Rookies. And then I realized that Rick was live. So Rick went live last night, not once, but twice. Rick went live 2 times yesterday. And the only video that I saw was the first one, but then I started getting a little sleepy and I dozed off. So I want to talk about that. And then when I got up this morning, I realized that Rick had went live again because I was going back to finish the rest of the first video and realized that he went live again. And each video, basically, he's discussing Lemon, you know, and all the fool-la-la and shenanigans surrounded by him. So we're going to discuss that. And what's up, everybody? What's up, E-Money? How you doing? Salute to you, too. Good afternoon. Linda B said, oh, wow, I will have to go back and replay. Yes, absolutely. Rick Reed did some good lives last night. And hey, how you doing, youngest? What's up? Good morning. Now, before I go into that, you guys, I just have to tell you. Now, y'all know I live in the hood, right? Born and raised and bred. Last night, well, yesterday, it was a very, very warm day. Today is like 50 degrees right now, and I think the high is supposed to be 57, and all week long it's going to be in the 50s. Yesterday was 90. It got up to 96 degrees here. And so I was, you know, outside late last night because that's something I like to do in the summertime. It ain't summer, but you know, when it's warm, that's what I like to do. I like to be somewhere outside, whether it's my crib or somewhere else, or, you know, at an event, you know, outside late at night. I don't do the summer afternoon type of bullshit. My ass be in the air. But at nighttime, I love to be out in the, the evening. So since this was going to be the last warm day for a minute, I figure I'd go outside, light me some little tiki torches. I had my what's this motherfucker called? My JBL, my big JBL speaker. I had that. I had my laptop. I had a chair. I had a drink. And I was outside chilling. Child, when I tell you, now I have these neighbors, and the neighbors on the what's that? The south. Yeah, the neighbors on the south of me. I stay like off a main road, and I'm a corner lot. But so I'm on the corner. So yeah, they're next to me on the south. And so I really don't engage with these neighbors, right? I really don't, And not that particular one. I engage with the neighbors across the street from me on the north, up the hill from me on the west, and across the street from me on the east. But there's a reason why I don't deal with the neighbor right next door to me on the south. And it just so happened when I first moved here, they have these big dogs. They still got these really big pits. The head's so big, the heads look like they two sides my heads. And y'all know I got a big head, especially according to LSA. But they some really big dogs, right? And so when I moved here in my house, the dogs, I guess they might do this to everybody, but they was arguing. I mean, not arguing, they was barking one day, and I noticed them because I'm sitting outside chilling with my son. They be outside, on our back patio. We got a big back patio like some of y'all have seen in the past. And in the summertime, they go out there with their card table, they big ass TVs, they video games, they be smoking, doing whatever the fuck they be doing. And I might be sitting across from them on the other side watching TV or YouTube or whatever. We just chilling one day, and the motherfucking dogs was digging under the fence. And I'm like, the fuck? They need to get their damn dogs, because if them dogs get over in this yard and my son said you're gonna pop their ass, I say absolutely. But we didn't pay attention to the dogs a lot because they never was really getting anywhere. Then one day I was outside and I was doing something, watering the grass or something, and I noticed a big ass hole underneath my fence. And so the dogs had came out and they was barking like they always do, like they want to eat me up. And this motherfucking dog, I kid you not, this big ass pit with this big ass head stuck his whole motherfucking head under the fence. His whole motherfucking head. He spun that bitch around. He was looking up, looking around, looking at me. I said, oh my God, if this motherfucker wanted to, because his head is all the way through the fence, he can bust with his shoulders. These some big ass pits. He can bust right through the fence, right? If he wanted to. So I had my son go next door to the neighbors. And he told them, could you guys please fill in the hole that your dogs is digging under the yard, because so they won't get into our yard, because I have a grandson as well, right? I have a grandbaby. And at that time, my grandbaby was probably 2. He was probably 2. So he's old enough to run around the yard. We be playing with him in the backyard, tossing balls with him. He got a big old truck that he rides and shit, monster truck. And I was just we was being real nice about it, right? Real nice. Okay. I don't know these people. I'm new to the hood, to the neighborhood. And so I didn't know these people. So my son was trying to be real nice. They was like, okay, whatever. So maybe a week or so later, the dog damn near one of his shoulders and his head could get through the hole in the yard. And mind you, it's summertime, so I'm always outside. I'm always chilling. Y'all done seen me in the summertime, always chilling. Barbecues, family, get-togethers, whatever. I'll be uploading some of that stuff for y'all, right? And so I'm sitting out there, and here comes the dog. I mean, okay, he got a head and a shoulder. Head, shoulder is about to be knees and toes up in this bitch, right? And one thing that I always say, my peeps who know me, they know, I'm in the hood, right? So even if I'm sitting outside, I might have my shit sitting next to me on a chair, under a newspaper, under a towel, under a book. It's very common. Okay, it's very common. So I'm like, if that nigga come over here, he gonna get popped. But what I figured I'd do is go back to the neighbor's house again. So this time, I send my son over there again. This is my baby Cam, right? Some of y'all have met before. Cam goes over again. Knock, 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 knock. Could you please come outside? My mom want to holler at you. Now, my son, even though he was grown, and he's still grown, you know what I mean? He was grown at the time that happened. Grown in college, job, everything, but still living at home with me. But he's also, I raised him to be very respectful to elderly, to grown people, you know, to authority and shit like that. So my son, he was over there, you know, knock, 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 knock. Can you please come outside? My mom wants to talk to you. Woo, 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 woo. As soon as they come outside, I said, because I'm on the other side of my driveway. He's over in their yard on their porch, then my driveway, and then it's me over on my porch. And so I'm like, we didn't ask you once. We didn't talk to you before about your dog. Your dog is almost able to actually get under the fence to my yard. And so the lady, I don't know what was wrong with her, but she came out there talking about, well, I told my son to do it. I said, well, you need to tell your motherfucking son he needs to get on that shit today. I said, because if your motherfucking dog, and for those of y'all who claim y'all don't know that I cuss, I don't know where the fuck y'all been for the last 8 or 9 years, but my bestie was on here yesterday on the panel with me for almost an hour, and she was like, I don't know why they think you don't cuss, bestie. You cuss all the time. We've been friends forever. But anyway, I was telling that motherfucker, if you don't get this motherfucking dog, if that dog come over in this motherfucking yard, you ain't gonna have no goddamn dog. So the lady started yelling and screaming back at me, and we was yelling and screaming. I recorded the whole thing too. I even played it for y'all before. Only certain people heard it though, because it was really, really not how I would love to have somebody, you know, see me be. Because again, as I say, I can go 0 to 1,000 really quick when somebody fucking with me, right? So I was, thank you, TC. So I was cussing this bitch smooth the fuck slap out, and she was talking shit. I was like, let your dog come on the fence. Let your dog. My son up there, like he just. My son put his hands up in the air, and he turned around. He said, well, I tried to be nice, but now my mama's mad. So my son just came back over. He said, you heard what she said. And you know, my son's a respectful child. Even though he grown, he was being respectful to the old bitch, to the old hoe. So I'm getting somewhere, okay? I'm getting somewhere before we get into the lemon shit. So I'm leading up to something, okay? So after cussing her ass smooth the fuck out and basically saying, if your dog come under that fence, you ain't gonna have no dog. It's gonna be swing low. Sweet chariots coming for to carry me. Okay, y'all know the rest, right? Dog was gonna be some flower bringing, and so okay. Anyway, so later that day, not even hours later, her son and other people are out there with sand, rocks, dirt, wire, so they can put wire in front of the. I mean, they were out there that day. When I say I must have went the fuck off on this bitch, she must have told her motherfucking son, and I was waiting on his ass. I told all my cousins, my homies, we gonna have a problem because that's how we rock, right? It's a problem with the neighbor. Do you need us to come through, fam? Yeah, I think so. So motherfuckers was out in my yard, cars parked up and down the street on the corner because I'm a quarter lot. We out here kicking and smoking and drinking and shit on the back patio, watching them motherfuckers fill that motherfucking hole in. And that was that. But from that day forward, I never spoke to this neighbor on the south of me again, pretty much. Now, years later, because I've been here for years now, every now and then her son, he'll be outside if I'm outside, and he'll just nod, and I'll nod. You know, that's pretty much what it's been, a nod for a nod. Good morning. You know, shit like that. That's like the base of our conversation, right? So leading up to last night, I was sitting out on my porch, on the front porch, listening to my music, watching YouTube, Facebook, checking my messages and shit. And he comes outside and he's sitting on his porch. First, it was still daylight. So he's out there and he's just sitting on his porch smoking a cigarette. I'm over here drinking my yak, doing whatever. Nighttime approaches. So it gets dark and nighttime approaches. And it's dark. So I light my tiki torch, which is right in front of me. And I hear neighbor. And I'm like, is he talking to me? And he says, I hope you ain't trying to burn the block down. And I'm like, no, it's just a tiki torch. But for some reason, he was trying to be neighborly. At least I thought. So I'm like, no, I ain't gonna burn it down. I said I got my laptop here. You know, I work from home. I ain't gonna burn my laptop. You know, I ain't gonna burn up shit. So I just continue doing what I'm doing, listen to my music and shit. I'm turned up. My music blasting loud. I'm listening to the old 90s R&B and shit and hip hop. Maybe 15 minutes later, I hear neighbor. And I'm like, what the fuck this nigga want? Because we don't talk like that. After the incidents where I cussed his mama out, we don't talk like that. He goes, now, mind you, it's dark, right? Because I got my tiki lit. It's dark. I can barely see his ass. And he's light complexion like me. And I can barely see his ass in the dark. All I see is his cigarette flame. And so he says, do you think something wrong with me? And I'm like, huh? He says, people been telling me that I look different or I'm acting different or I sound different. Do you think I look different or act different or sound different? And I'm looking at this motherfucker like, mind you, I don't have that type of neighborship, relationship, whatever you want to call it with him. I don't know what the fuck you act like. So I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. And I say, is something wrong? Are you okay? He said, I just don't understand why people think I'm different. And I'm like, okay, now, again, when I'm outside, I always got my shit. Wherever I go, even if I'm sitting on my front porch or the back patio, I always got my shit. My shit was on my hip while I'm sitting up there, kick back, drinking with my tiki torch lit, listening to some 90s R&B, checking my Facebook and my IG, shit like that. I'm sitting there with my shit on my hip, right? I'm like, this motherfucker sounding crazy. Do I need to go in the house? I said, nah, I ain't gonna go in the house. I'm gonna keep sitting here. I said, are you sure everything okay? He said, you know what? I'll be over there later to talk about it with you. Y'all, when he said, when he said, I'll be over there later to talk to you about it, mind you, it's like 11 o'clock at night. And this nigga telling me that he'll be over later to talk about it. Okay, that's a wrap. Let me pack it up. Pack it up, boss. I packed up all my shit. I hurried up. Matter of fact, I hurried up and blew out. No, I didn't blow out the tiki because by that time it had blew out by itself. It had been burning for a while. So the tiki was already burnt out. I grabbed my laptop, grabbed my speaker, grabbed my drink. I left the chair and the table and shit out there that I took out there to sit. Because I don't leave it out there during the winter because you know how bad the winters be. So I don't leave shit outside like that. So I left that shit out. I said, I get that shit in the morning. I went inside, locked my door, turned on the porch light, turned on all the lights around my house so I can see a bitch coming, turned on my alarm, my ADT alarm, and sat that motherfucking pistol right on my table next to my couch on the end table. I was like, this motherfucker better not come over to my house and it's going on midnight. And we don't know each other like that, mind you. I just have to tell y'all about that shit because that shit was very eerie to me. I was like, this nigga don't know me from Adam. And the way he talking about people saying I act different, look different. I'm like, I'm assuming he might got some mental issues or something that I never seen or noticed because I don't fuck with my neighbor at that house like that. Because of the confrontation we had years ago. So I'm like, oh no, I gotta keep my eye on this fool. And I told my sons, so my sons will know, because you know they don't live here anymore. But I told my sons, just in case something happened, y'all know I got a security alarm too. So the security alarm, the ring on the front porch, because I got doorbells. I mean, not doorbells, but I got Ring cameras all the way around my house, right? And I got Ring cameras upstairs, downstairs, in the basement, all around my house. So my sons can easily go look on the Ring camera because they got access to the Ring camera. They got keys to my house. They got the code to my garage. They got the code to the ADT. They got the code to my cell phone. That's how locked in me and my sons are. You know what I'm saying? So they can easily check the shit and see, you know, what happened. If something happened, this motherfucker came on my mama's house and she had to pop his ass. But anyway, moving right along. Let me shout out the chat before we get on to Lemon and Rick Reed. Let me get a sip of water, y'all. But shout out to everybody. We got Please Girl. We got Mr. Boston. See my boo. We got Candy Cane, Stacy. Oh my God, y'all deep in here today. We got Happy Life. What up, Happy Life? Brown Beauty, Miss Jackie. Who else up in here? LaKendra, Brown Beauty. I got you, boo. Please Girl. Oh, I thought that was Pleasure Girl. Jada, what up, Jay? Dizzo, TSW. Did I get everybody? I hope I got everybody. I don't want to leave nobody out. If I didn't get you, holla at me. But yes, please make sure you guys like and share the video on the way in. We are on the road to 9K, so please make sure you like and share the video on the way in. And I'm going to do a little commentary on what I saw and heard over on Rick Reed's last night. Just a little bit, because I definitely want y'all to go over there and watch both of Rick Reed's videos. Hey, V. Lachey, how you doing, love? But yeah, y'all got to be careful. You said who lives in the house now? His mama still live there, I believe. Now, I ain't seen her in a month of Sundays. Let me just say that, Linda. I ain't seen her in a month of Sundays. And I usually still see her like once a week coming in and out of her house. She's an older woman. He looks like he's about 50. So his mother probably about 70 or maybe older. But she's an older woman. I used to see her at least once a week, going in and out of the house, getting in somebody's car, they take it somewhere and bring her back. I ain't seen her. I can't even remember the last time I seen her. I don't know. I don't know if she's still there, if they done put her in a home, if she's alive, I don't know. I don't know. The only time I ever talked to that woman was when I cussed her monkey ass out when her dogs was trying to get in my yard. Because I'll be damned if my grandbaby was over there. And you know, if a dog comes through, you gotta run and catch the kid. Then you gotta run and try to find safety. Then I'm gonna pop that bitch. And then I'm gonna get my grandbaby in the house. But anyway, hey Dion, how you doing, boo? You said child, hope she's child. I don't know. But I promise you, I ain't seen her. And I don't think I've seen that lady in about a year. And that's real shit. That's real shit. I be seeing some other people over there that look kind of sketchy, like some people looking like crackheads or like they on meth, and that's honest to God. All skinny and shit and looking like they homely looking and shit. I don't know who all living next door, but I know I got to keep my eye on that nigga. But anyway, so last night, again, I was up late. After I came back in the house, I was watching Rick Reed, and Rick Reed was late. He had a late live, early morning live, whatever you want to call it. But he had mentioned, he was talking about Lemon, because a lot of shit been going on with Lemon. A lot of people been knocking Lemon upside his head, putting him in trick bags, sunning him, you know, shit like that. VS done made him her bitch. You know, shit like that. So he came live basically, you know, talking about Lemon and, you know, his behavior and all the people playing in his face. And one thing that Rick had mentioned was his pet peeve with Lemon is Lemon stealing his laugh. Now we know that he stole Lemon's laugh. That happened like a year ago when he started laughing like Rick. And people was like, why the fuck you laughing like Rick Reed? This is really weird. And he was already saying absolutely like Fi used to say, which they say Fi got that from Rita. But you know, he was, and so Rick was, you know, talking about how he be hijacking other people's shit, you know, which is really weird. But he said his biggest pet peeve with Lemon is him stealing his laugh. And he don't even laugh. He tries to laugh like Rick, but it's more of a that's how Lemon be doing it. Like he swallowing his goddamn tongue or some shit, right? But anyway, he said that now he's out here slow talking like Clyde Diva. Now y'all know Clyde do be talking real fucking slow and shit. So I'm like, what? Now he over here slow talking like Clyde Diva because Clyde Diva over there hanging out with him now. Child, I was hollering. That shit does sound strange when he be trying to laugh like Rick. He be like, like, that ain't cute. That ain't cute. You ain't blocked, View. I know I ain't blocked you. I ain't blocked you, but I'll check after the live is over. I'll check her. But yeah, so he was talking about how he over there slow talking like Clyde now. And he was like, who is the real Lemon? We don't even know who the real Lemon is. And I promise y'all, like a week or so ago, I was over here on my own show talking about would a real Lemon please stand up? Because this motherfucker got 50 to 11 different accents. I mean, I promise y'all a couple of weeks ago, I was like, will the real Lemon please stand up? Because we have yet to meet the real Lemon. Because I don't know if the real Lemon was the nigga over there on Sir King's or if the real Lemon is the nigga over here on the playground, a.k.a. the Jordan Dash. I don't know who the fuck the real Lemon is. And one thing I heard the other day, I believe that was Just Krista, BBW on VS platform. And she was saying that she wished that Lemon would realize that people would probably still like him if he didn't, you know, display all this crazy raggedy behavior, as Lemon calls it. Lemon calls him own self raggedy, right? All the time. And I had said maybe a couple of weeks ago that Lemon is not going to ever be respected in this B sector anywhere if he don't start respecting himself and his channels. If he don't start taking himself more seriously and taking his channels more seriously, he will never get the respect from a lot of people in here. And all the motherfuckers over there, we know that be in his chat, all of them do not respect him. All of them don't like him. Some of them do, but all of them do not like him. They're over there because he's a whole fucking train wreck. We saw that very clear when VS put his ass in the bag and sunned his ass. We saw that very clear. The same motherfuckers that be in your chats watching the fuck shit in the train wreck was over there dragging and tagging your ass. I mean, they was dragging and tagging his ass, calling him all kind of dumbass niggas, stupid. I mean, there's all kind of shit. I ain't gonna go into all the names, but y'all was there. Y'all was there, especially after he left his panel of almost 500 and went to VS panel, who had about the same amount, because she said to have him come over there and apologize. They was tearing his ass up after she said, okay, now you my bitch. Child, that shit was epic. That will go down as one of the most epic moments in the B sector history. It really will. It really will. What up, Just Me? Hey, Miss Ray, how you doing? You said, I don't think you'll ever know Lemon. I don't think we'll ever know Lemon. And yes, he did went easy on him. He did go easy on him. Absolutely. What up, grown folks? You said, I don't think Lemon knows the real Lemon himself. Child. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know the real Lemon. I really don't. But yeah, so the Lemon with the 50 different accents. He go from New York to Philly to Cali to Southern to North, South, East, West, London. I mean, he go all over the place. I just ain't heard no Japanese or Chinese accent yet. But but one thing, like I said, I do believe exactly what BBW, how she feels, that if he really was very true to himself, he wouldn't have to be raggedy like he is. I would never call myself raggedy. I would never call myself anything negative. The way you feel about the way you feel about yourself, like they say, if you don't think yourself beautiful, nobody else will. If you don't respect yourself, nobody else will. If you don't value yourself, nobody else will. And as long as he keeps calling himself raggedy, everybody else gonna feel that way too. You know what I'm saying? But again, the crazy, outlandish, drunken character on YouTube. I think if he stopped doing that, people will still like him. But he literally believes that he has to continue acting this way, how he acts on here in order to get support. That's how he feels. But also Rick mentioned, how VS has said the other day that she thinks that Lemon, that she might have gave him too much pressure. She might have had her foot on his neck too hard for too long, and Rick was like, yeah, well, I kind of do, but then again, I kind of don't, because Rick was like, you be doing shit to everybody over here. You be on some fuck shit. You be cussing motherfuckers out for no reason. You just be acting like really crazy a lot on here. And so he said, yeah, she might think that she had to put too much pressure on you, but over especially the last several years, the last year or so, when everybody was coming at him and doxing and calling his mama and them and all this kind of shit, like some of this shit he got for literally acting like this crazy, outlandish, drunken stupor of a character on here who don't even remember what the fuck happened the next day, who don't even remember, and falling asleep. Let's not forget falling asleep on his panel, right? But let me see. Do I got somebody in the back? I think I got somebody in the background. I gotta put up my banner. I think I'm sure it's pretty much you, but you know how we do around here. We gotta be careful. Hey.
Hey, Mama. How are you?
Good morning or good afternoon, I should say. I'm good, and you?
All right. I'm loving the show. I'm
Okay.
loving the show. Yeah. I just wanted to ask you, do you think that boy touched? You think he, because I be thinking like maybe I'm going too hard on him. You know what I mean?
Well, honestly, that has crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that a lot of people be talking about how he still lives at home. Because I don't know. To me, I understand. I always say I understand why certain people still live at home. Especially based on what's going on in their home. Like I always say, I would never put my sons out until they're ready. My sons, thankfully, are on their own. They both got college behind them, jobs. They out there doing their thug thizzle.
Right.
But but if you making 4 or 5 G's, 10, 20 in the cash app, things like that, I never understood why he won't move, especially if his mother is allegedly on low income housing and shit like that. Like, why won't you take her out the hood and put her somewhere else if you're gonna continue to live with her, or move yourself? I never understood that part, but people suspect that he might have something mentally wrong with him, and his mother helps take care of him. I don't know.
Yeah, because I try to rationalize some of this stuff, try to put it into perspective because there's an answer. And when you sit back and you think about it, I mean, he has a childlike mentality. And add some alcohol with that. Now you got you got a walking, talking wreck. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be fair to London. Sometimes he could be he can be cool, respectful, nice. But then the switch, he got a switch that just kicks in, and it's like you can't be that stupid. I know you didn't just say that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's
Oh,
like,
TC, that was TC, that banner that I put up. That's Tiny. T.I.'s wife. That's Tiny. She said, "Who is
okay.
that? Who the fuck is that?" That's Tiny.
Yeah, that is tiny. Yeah, 50 got her with that picture.
Yeah,
That
when
is
50 and them
not
was
a
beefing,
good look.
this was
Yeah.
like the highlight of 50 and
Oh,
T.I.'s beef.
not the George Jefferson.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. What up,
Yeah.
Riggs? How you doing, huh? Matter of fact, y'all make sure y'all join us over on Big Riggs channel. Please drop your link, Riggs, to your channel. That is my favorite co-host. We do a show every Sunday evening.
Get out.
p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific, called From the Block to the Hood Table. We'll be live tonight over there with a really good conversation. Y'all don't want to miss it.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know that. See, I just learned something.
You
Shout
just
out
learned
to.
that?
I swear I did. Shout out to Rick. I saw him in my chat for the first time, like either yesterday or the day before, and I was like, "What's up, Doc?" Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, I did not know y'all were doing that.
yeah, we
Yeah.
are. Our 1 year co-host anniversary is at the end of this month, so we just doing.
Wow. Okay. Hey,
Mhm.
TC. What's up, my Philly girl, my Philly sister? What's going
Yeah,
on? Okay.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I did not know that. I
Yeah,
sure did not. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
But
wow. Wow.
as far as Lemon, if he has some, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't like to put shit on
Right.
people
Right. Right.
that I'm not 100% sure about. So
Hmm.
but it has crossed my mind before.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real. I mean, it's a thought, just a conversation piece. Because when you do that, when you sit back and you analyze it, like, why do you do that, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's got whatever it is. It's got to be a strain on his mother. I really feel sorry for her. I really, really do. I could
Yeah,
not imagine
I
living
could
in.
deal with
Yeah.
it. I could see the thing about it with me, my sons, um even though they were grown, even when they were grown, my oldest son moved out at 24, and it just coincidentally happened. My youngest son moved out at the same age when he got 24. But there were certain things
Right.
they could do in my house. They could smoke. They couldn't do their little Mary J. They could do it
Right.
outside. They could do it outside on the patio in the yard, things like
Right.
that. But they couldn't do it in the house. The only time that Mary J is allowed in my house, even with my sons, is on a holiday or one of their
Hmm.
birthdays. That's the only time I allow people to smoke, and you
Hmm.
got to smoke in the basement. So
Right.
other than that, that's one rule that I have, and the only reason why I even allow that on holidays or their birthdays, and that's with family, friends, whoever. If it's a holiday, and especially if it's cold winter
Right.
here, like it be in the
Right.
Midwest, they're welcome in the basement, to smoke, and that's only because I smoked for 15 years before I quit. Before I was able to control it and quit. So I know what it's like,
Hmm.
especially if I invite people over here and it's 10 below zero for a holiday and they all smoke. Like almost everybody I know smokes. So I allow that, like on the
Hmm.
holidays, go to the basement, But
Right.
other
Right.
than that, there's certain things that my sons would do, never do around me when they were living with me, even to this day. Even to this day, 29, 25, to this day, there's certain things they wouldn't do. The shit that he be over there doing in his mama house, I'll be like,
Yeah.
gay. I'll
Yeah.
be like, gay.
I'm. Yeah. I'm 60. And when I'm at my mom's house and I want a cigarette, I gotta go outside.
Yeah.
It even until it ain't like I'm grown. I'm gonna do what I want to do. No, I still don't smoke in front. My mom don't see me with cigarettes in my mouth even
Mm-hmm.
until this day. She may know it because I'll smoke and then come back into her house and she be like, "Them things stink." You know what I'm saying? That's how she get it. And then I generally, oh wow, why are you being so mean to me in the chat?
There's
That's
no.
bad.
But
They
yeah, I
being
mean,
so
what's the thought of my sons being on YouTube all day, all night, drunk, talking loud, talking
yeah,
crazy, yelling, screaming, all that kind of shit, and then sleeping all through the daytime, and then wrecking my car, and oh no, that's another thing. My sons
yeah,
were never allowed to. Well, I ain't gonna say never. I think my son probably drove my car twice, the oldest one. And that was once when he had to drive it because was driving the U-Haul to move or
man.
something like that. But they were never allowed to just. I would buy my sons of cars, and I had bought them several each before they drive. I'm so serious. I'm one of those parents. You will
Hmm.
never crash my car.
Hmm.
I will buy you a
Hmm.
car. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Tear that up. You ain't playing
Tear
with
your
this one.
own shit
Let me,
up.
yeah,
My
let
sons,
me,
I done bought them several cars each. You is not driving my
okay.
shit. No.
Let me ask, let me ask you a question because I don't know. QI has beat me up bad. I'm a predator and
Yeah, I
all of
think
that.
I'm a welcomely allow you to say, your final statements up here, and then I'm gonna move on along because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. What I was gonna say was I did not know about the show,
Okay.
and and I like you. I like you. And I never had a bad word for Big Rig. Not really familiar with him, but just because you were talking about a co-hosting situation, I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is something to do. And as soon as somebody wants to support, enthusiastic, here we go. You're a predator. You're this. You're that. And that ain't cool because we should be able to support one another, and without the disrespect and without, I'm supporting them. I'm not bothering you. Not bothering you at all. But I did want to just ask you that one question, and I appreciate your time, and I thoroughly enjoy your show. What's up, LaKendra? Shout out to the Queens. I appreciate you. So I'm gonna drop back. I'll go to the cloud. I don't want to start no
Oh, no
trouble.
problem. No problem.
All right.
Thank you for gracing the platter today. And here's our banner. If you haven't seen it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
Oh,
our
okay.
banner
Yeah.
for our show.
Right on. Right
Hmm.
on.
And
Yeah. I'll come. I'll come and take a peek. Yeah. I'll subscribe and
thank you.
check it out.
I just dropped the
Thank
link
you.
to Riggs show. I just dropped the link in the chat. But yeah, we
Okay.
flip flop every week. His channel, my channel, every Sunday we flip flop.
Right on. Right on. Well, I appreciate you, and I'll look forward to checking that out. Yeah, I was not aware of it, but
Yeah.
we're definitely, yeah. And shout out to, like I said, Big Rick stopped in the other day. I appreciate you stopping by uh, and checking in on me and LaKendra. TC, what's up? What's going on? I see you. All right, son. All right, thanks again. You have a
All
great day.
right. You
All right,
too. All
all
right,
right.
honey.
Bye-bye.
And thank you, Stacy. Yes, I created that. I created that banner for Riggs and I. We getting some new music from Charlie, and I figure let's create some new banners as well. To go with our new music and work. And Charlie is working on another video for us to go with our new music and our banner. But yeah, she's incorporating more of our interests into the new video. So like Riggs and his cars and things like that, and me and my cake decorating and things like that. So that's why I created a new banner as well. But I'm glad you guys like it. Like we still got the old banner. We still gonna use the older one too. But we got options. We got options. So let me just say that. But yes, and shout out to everybody who joined us since I last spoke to each and every one of you. Jackie, Riggs, my favorite co-host, Yvonne, how you guys doing? Angela, make sure you like and share the video. What up, boo? How you doing? You said wait, since I don't probably said got child. You know what? You know what? Krish. Hey, Very Carrie, did I speak to you already, Very Carrie? Shout out to my moderators. Moderators, y'all always know that y'all can drop y'all links anytime in the chat, especially if you got a show coming up. So yes, thank you so much. But okay, so so Rick had mentioned how VS had mentioned, she might have put too much pressure, too much work on him. VS actually, we talked about VS the other day. She said herself that she thought the sector needed her, and that's why she came back after the shit popped off, after the shit was lemon, after she backed his ass up off of her. She's like, I'm out again. I'm about to take another 6 months hiatus and focus on my health and health and wealth, all that kind of shit, right? But Rick was like, yeah, she might feel like that, but some people might not, because you be calling people bitches and hoes and all kind of shit around here and cussing people out and going off on people and dropping people and disrespecting people and all that kind of shit. So he was like, I don't think VS did too much, but VS did. She ran up a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 series on that ass, calling everyone from CPS to animal control to the public pretender's office, the apartment complex, the management company. Child, she did do a number on his ass, but does that make a difference? See, that's the thing about it, is anytime he gets into it with somebody and they do some shit like that to him, get him in the back, he'll come out and he'll act like, you know, he's about to be a better person, change the direction of his platform. That lasts for about 24 to 48 hours. Then he'd be back at it again. So, you know, when Rick was talking about this shit last night, he's like, he ain't gonna change. He's always gonna be this way, and people gonna always be, you know, fucking with him like that. Like, it should get to a certain point. Like, people kept asking, do you not care about your mother? Do you not care about people harassing her? Do you not care if she loses her apartment because she's on low income and you over there making $3,000-$4,000 or more a month and you're not on the lease? Like, do you not care? And me personally, if I was in that particular situation, I definitely would care. And it's not about you being a pussy or being weak or whatever like that. I mean, sometimes you just got to hold up the white flag and be like, I'm calling a truce for the sake of my loved ones, for the sake of my family. You know what I'm saying? I done all kind of shit over the years for the sake of my family, for the sake of my kids. And I will never allow anybody to bring any harm to them. Never. Even at their old-headed ages now. Never. That's not what I'm bred from. No, I would have just been like, hey, okay, all right. I did my shit to you. You fucked me up. In my limit voice, you fucked me up. I'm gonna leave this shit alone. But you know, some people they too stubborn. They too stubborn. And it doesn't help when you combine that with the alcohol. It definitely doesn't help when you combine that with the alcohol and you don't hear drunk all day and every day. And it definitely don't help when you allow your chat to tell you what the fuck to do. Like, man, when she was fucking his ass up, okay, let me tell y'all something. Let me keep it real hood, bro. I'll keep it funky, right? So when VS was fucking his ass up, the entire sector was warning him to leave her the fuck alone. The only people who was egging him on, the only people who was gassing him up, he had some people over there in his chat gassing him up and egging him on. Who is BS? BS ain't this. BS ain't that. Ain't nobody scared of her. Don't back down from her. Da 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 da. You know, all that kind of shit. Ain't nobody scared of no BS. Da, da, da. She this, she that. She thinks she's a bully. You know, all the shit they were saying, right? They gassing his ass up. And I'm like, I know some of y'all seen it. Those are the same people who know for damn sure that VS will have his ass in a trick bag. They know it, but they over there gassing his ass up. Why? Because they like to see his motherfucking train wreck. But when VS told somebody to run over to his chat and tell him to come to her and apologize, now everybody in his chat was like, no, don't do it. You saw how the tables turned? They was like, no, don't do it, nigga. Don't do it. Just leave it alone, nigga. What you going to apologize for her? No, just leave it alone. Just stay in your chat. Stay here. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. He had like 500 in the chat. They was like, don't leave us. This nigga really gonna leave his motherfucking chat. I mean, they was talking all kind of shit in the chat. VS was holding about the same amount in her chat. You know, it was a war of the numbers. It was a number wars going on, right? She was draining his chat and shit every now and then. And then after he apologized, then VS declared him her bitch. Then his chat was really dragging him, calling all kind of names and dragging his ass, you know. And see, this is always why folks be, you know, talking about Lemon be always listening to his chat too much. Not only that, but Lemon be allowing everyone to play in his face. And over the past few weeks, man, if you ain't seen that over the past few weeks, him allowing people to play in his face, we saw people running from his platform to VS platform, from his platform to VS. They over there with VS. What up, VS? What's up? You know, they're talking shit about the Lemon and all that. Then they go back over to Lemon House. Lemon, what's up? You know, I'm like, child, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Lemon be on at night, they over there. VS be on in the morning, they over there. Lemon be on at night, they back over there. Not just in the chats like we all do, because we all go from chat to chat. But they actually on the damn panel. Actually on the damn panel. And I'm like, this is crazy to me. Hold on, let me see who this is in the back. What's up?
Good afternoon, Tanya.
How are you?
I'm all right. I heard the topic, and as usual, I see that there is still discussion about the king of the beef sector. I do want to say this. Many months ago, before anyone had really discussed the issue. I had explained to Lemon, the correct approach, going behind the scenes, apologizing, uh, rebuilding bridges. I was I was ridiculed. I was laughed at. I was admonished. People say he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do that. And again, it's those people who have never accomplished anything giving him that advice. I told him, don't go to Vegas. It was laughed at by naysayers. They say, don't listen to him. Don't listen to Big Talent. Of course, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But eventually, his mom told him. He listened to his mom. This is the mom that bedded a sexual deviant, a criminal. He listened to her advice. And then he also started listening to advice saying, go ahead and apologize to these people that you've offended. And now those same people who laughed many months ago, when I talked about the issue, they're now telling him to apologize. And he does it. But he does it many months late when he should have resolved it with Diva a long time ago when I told him to. And again, this is a problem that continues to be a problem that persists in this sector. You don't know who to listen to. These people have no idea who is somebody who is a legitimate source of sound advice. And it's unfortunate. And we call that the good times syndrome. You remember good times, don't you, Hud?
Yes.
You remember James and Florida Evans.
Yeah.
The thing about this that was created by a white writer named Norman Lear, and many people know Norman Lear. He did a lot of shows, All in the Family, Sanford and Son. But with this one, and this is why we call it the good times syndrome, he wanted to show black people who were living very poorly in abject poverty in the housing projects, Cabrini Green. And there would always be a glimpse of hope that they would get out of the projects. Either the son-in-law would be a football player. We know what happened. What happened? That son-in-law, right before he gets signed for a professional football team, he breaks his leg and they end up staying in the project. You remember James was always getting a job outside of the car wash, a good job. But we knew what would happen. He would eventually not get the job for whatever reason, and they would stay in the project. So therefore, you wouldn't have a show unless you continue to have these black people who are under abject conditions. You wouldn't have them get out of the project. The more fun is to watch them get close to it and then snatch it away from them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a kind of a torturous situation that's happening. And this is what's happening with various people in this sector. You can tell them it looks like they may blow up and be big. They can do this and that, but they eventually self-sabotage. And that's what these people do. They self-sabotage and they don't know it. Even to the point they're having a discussion about high-value men that Pizarro puts together. What we end up with is a panel full of great value men who are babbling, don't know what they're talking about, not clearly stating whatever the objective was of that particular conversation that was taking place on Pizarro's panel. They're just verbally masturbating and, trying to sound good, trying to sound intelligent, but nothing really was learned. And this is what happens with our people. And we have to, I can say we need to do better, but that's the good time syndrome. They're not going to do better. So why play with them? So this is why I'm urging everyone, the intelligent people, the 2%, the Langstonites, cut your ties. Cut your ties. These Negroes are not worth it. You need to clown them repeatedly, play in their face, and treat them cruelly. And hopefully they'll learn from that behavior. But don't waste too much time. Don't waste your money on them. Thank you, Tanya. I got to go.
All right, hon. Thank you for joining us this morning. Let's see who we got back here now. Lee?
Yeah, I was trying to catch the drive-by king as he sat up here and talked about absolutely nothing. Good
I think
Times wasn't
he left. I don't know. Talon, are you still here? I see him
Good
still.
Times wasn't Good Times wasn't created by Norman Lear. He stole that from a black guy who actually lived in Cabrini Green projects. And contrary to popular belief, they did get out of the projects. But again, Talon wanted to come up here and talk about Chicago, I see. So I'm gonna let him have his Chicago moment.
All right. All right, Malik. Okay. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, Pizza, I see you, boo. What's up? Who else didn't I speak to yet? Let me scroll on down. The Ghetto View, what up, the Ghetto View? Hey, Ashton. Hey, love. How you doing? Grace Blood. Y'all come on here. Prometheus. Hey, Molly. What up, Molly? How you doing? Welcome, everybody. Please like and share the video. Bird, the doll. Hey, how you doing? Hey, TMO. How you doing? Zoe, Lady Dims. What up, Dims? How you doing? Yes, come on in, you guys. Diane from Brooklyn. I'm from New York. What up, Zoe? You said James Evans was high value. What? You know what? You said Norman Lear made every black drama look bad. Child. Good times anytime you need a favor. What up, Demare? How you doing? Welcome. If I missed anybody, holla at me if I missed you. I try to speak to everybody. But yeah, so child. All right, so as I was saying, and I'm almost done here. Then I'll invite anybody up who wants to come up. But so yeah, like I was saying, people, you know, the shit that we see, I don't know why he can't see it for what it is, unless it's in fact exactly what he says. Because when he was talking to Rick Reed, when he was talking about, you know, people be playing in your face, running panel to panel, you know, shit like that, gassing him up, you know, things like that. Rick has seen Lemon in the chat. And Lemon, this is the first video, y'all, because again, he went live twice. So in the first video, Rick has seen Lemon in the chat, and Lemon kept saying, drop the link, you know, begging for him to drop the link. And so when he hit the link, Rick told him, you know, I was going to come over to your panel earlier, but you probably wouldn't let me get my shit off and keep it real with you. Now, Lemon said he would have, but I think Rick knew better, and that's why Rick hit his own live and got on his own panel to talk about how, you know, thirsty he believed Lemon be acting and shit like that, and how he'll do anything for content. Now, what Lemon said, y'all, child, again, make sure y'all check out Rick Reed's both of his videos. I'm just giving y'all a little taste. He did 2 whole videos. I'm just giving y'all a little taste. But when Lemon said that everything that he does is organic. Let me say it again. When Lemon said that everything he does is organic. Can somebody please look up the definition of organic? Then he started talking about, you know, he didn't know that Ken had spearheaded the shit with Mia, which led to VS sunning his ass. The nigga said everything he do is organic. All the storylines, all the plays, all the narratives. Child. Rick was like, organic? He said, like, if somebody like ZX or anybody else would have called his mother, because we know other people have, there would never be a chance of them being on his link again. And I say it all the time, y'all. The shit that I see on here, yes, entertainment. Yeah, we can get a laugh and a gag. Yeah, we get a kiki, you know, shit like that. Yeah, we support some of the most fucked up shit on here. But if it was to actually come to my door, they would never be on my link again. There would never be a cordial moment. I would not be on your panel. You would not be on my panel. You would be blocked out of my chat, blocked out of my life, blocked out of my mind. But he claims, this is just entertainment. He do it for the entertainment. He do it for the culture. So if somebody drags and tags his ass, if somebody shows up to his house by Uber or however that nigga audio got there, if somebody tries to get you, how to get you in a bag with your apartment building, CPS, the animal control, any of that shit, then you still gonna be over there on their panel, in their chat. You'll have them on your panel, in their chat, and not just the VSs, the ZXs, all the people who done shit to him. And y'all know I love my girl VS. So when I say it don't matter who would have done that type of shit, if it was me, that I was in here beefing with somebody, no matter who it is, it's to the dirt. It's to the dirt. So, but he said, the shit that he does, he was like, Rick, you're Rick. I'm me. You're you. I'm me. You won't understand. So his reasoning for him allowing people to play in his face is simply because he's doing it for entertainment. He's like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. And that's why a lot of people don't respect him, and they don't respect his channel, and they will continue trying to take his channel. They will continue fucking with him. I mean, shit, somebody said they gonna call his mama's job on Monday. And Rick said, even I got your phone number. He said, if I wanted to be on your neck like all these other motherfuckers, he said, I could have been on your neck too. He said, I know where your mama worked. I could have been calling your mama's job like some of these other motherfuckers is doing. And Rick probably would have been allowed to be on his panel in 3 to 4 business days. It's just crazy. It is really crazy. And when Rick said ZX called your mother, Lemon said, but she didn't answer. Child. I was like, this nigga is really crazy. He said, he called your mother, and Lemon said, but she didn't answer. I'm like, does that make it better that your mama didn't answer the damn phone, that she sent him the voicemail? Does that really make a difference? Y'all, I'm like, you can't make this shit up. Hey, what up, Mayor?
What up, though?
How you doing?
First time caller, long time listener. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for hitting the panel. What you got to add, sir?
I just want to say thank you for having me up. Appreciate you. I want to see you absolutely right on as far as if you call my job, call my mom's, call where I'm living, calling on me, anything. It's to, like you said, it's to the dirt. It's to the grave as far as I'm concerned. And you gonna come up here and smile on my face after I known that what you did? See, sometimes I try to give Lemon a break, or Jordan, whatever he calls himself. But at the end of the day, you gotta realize one thing. He kind of reminds me of Smokey off of Fridays. You run up and down these streets playing all day long. When are you gonna finally grow up and be a man? But you know what we gotta do sometimes? He's a grown man. He's damn near 40 years old. You got to stop giving this man advice. You gotta let him crash and burn. Because you know what we always gonna do? We always gonna sit here and look for a great train wreck. And once this train wreck happens, then what we gonna do? We're gonna go on to the next train wreck. So I don't try to tell, I don't, all that giving him advice or anything like that. Nah, bro. Nope. Not gonna give you no advice. Do what you want to do. Do what's
it's
gonna
not
make
even
you
worth
happy.
your breath. It's not even worth the
Right.
breath.
Do what's gonna make you happy. Do what's gonna make you happy. And if that's what's gonna make him happy, then let him do it. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do nor say that's gonna make him change his mind. It's gonna be up to him to find out what he wants to do as far as his life goes or anything like that. But he's got to realize one thing. His time, his time is ticking. You know what I'm saying? He had his 15 minutes of fame. Now it's time to either move on to something else, or if you want to keep it going, keep it going. But he likes this.
Mm-hmm. He likes
so
it.
like he likes it. So if you like something that you're doing, what they say, it's not a job if you like something that you're doing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So let them keep on doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Let like I said, I just don't understand how can he sit up here and do this when they calling his moms, they calling when you lay your head at, they jeopardizing where you stay at, they jeopardizing your mom's job, they basically harassing your moms and everything like that. No matter what you say, someone, well, you know, I'm trying to help out his mom like that. No, you're not helping out his mom. You hurt his mom because you getting her into some bullshit that she didn't even sign up for. When old boy signed up for YouTube, he signed up for YouTube, not the dog, not the apartment building, not the apartment complex, not his mama, not his mama's job, anything like that. So it's like, you know, it's like when they called my job, they tried to get me fired, you know, things like that. So I told them before, if the person who called and did all that, oh, it's to the grave. That's the way I look at it. You're not going to come and sit on my panel and talk in my chat room and then come up in here and smile on my face while you stab me in the back.
Mm-hmm.
No. That same night that same night that you stab me in the back with, I'm gonna pull that knife out and cut ties with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, I'm not going for that with nobody. You cannot call and harass my loved ones and then continue to hit my panel and continue to hit my link and me say I'm being cordial with you. Now, like Rick said, if it's a back and forth, we just arguing, I call you a bitch, you call me a bitch. I call you a hoe, you call me a hoe. If it's some shit like that, you know, I understand, but that shit going outside, off online, and it really affect, like, this really affected his mother. I can imagine his mother over there stressed the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where she had to start sending all her calls to voicemail because she don't know if it's friend or foe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then she's over there on low limited income. Obviously, she's on it for a reason because she's an older woman. So it may be a reason of health concern. It may be a reason of she just not making a lot of money. Once you get kicked off of low income and shit like that, housing, especially if it's like public housing, oh, that's a wrap, nigga. If it's like where I'm from, you got to wait 9-10 years before you can even apply again for public housing. If they catch you out there with people living in your shit, not on the lease, making a whole bunch of money, oh, you are banned and barred for like 10 years.
Right.
So that shit really affects your motherfucking family, like really affects your family. And somebody in the chat said, oh, if his mother lost her job or something, he would care. Why wait till then to care? You should be caring now.
Exactly.
Like when they told you, Lemon, you should go over there and you should verify for yourself. While he was up there dragging, all in the chat. Did you hear VS say that? Did you hear her dragging you? Did you hear her? All she said was, yeah, I think he's gay. That's all she said.
Right.
That's all she said. And for that, we saw where it went, child.
Right. So just because somebody says something about you as far as your sexuality goes, why don't you just, I mean, you know what your sexuality is. So, I mean, we say, like what they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can never hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So why would you get up here and worry about if someone, I mean, everybody's sexuality has been questioned at times. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if you know your true self, then you ain't got to worry about what people think about you. Because you got to look at it like this. 99.9% of these folks you are never ever gonna meet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So why would you even care what they say about you?
Well, that's why I don't bump guns with nobody on here like that, because the era that I grew up in, it was no talking, no lip jabbing, no going back and forth. No, it's like before you can get bitch out your mouth, your teeth is out your mouth. You know, we grew up fighting. We didn't grow up arguing. So this stuff on here, like I say, is really entertaining, but I would never waste my breath on here arguing and fighting with somebody all day. Like if they come see me, that's different. But it's not, to me, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it waking up every day and seeing who wants to fight with me next and all this kind of stuff. You know, I get why people do it, and we're here for it, right? We're here for it.
But the train wreck we hit.
Be with people who really go low like that. I can't be like, now let me make sure I make it very clear. If you come for someone with a rock and they hit you with a motherfucking bazooka,
Right.
And you can't
Right.
say, well, I called you a bitch. You should have just called me a bitch back. I threw a pebble. You should have just picked up a rock. No, you can't say that then. So when people come and get your ass, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. But for the people who just be on here just on some gutter ass fuck shit and then want to try to get you into a narrative to fight, no, I don't fall for that shit.
Right, because over here in our sector, we got people. We got a dude who likes to take a drone and drop stuff over people's houses.
See, now that's fucked up.
Right, and then this person, and then this person dropped something over and hit a little girl, and then. But then, like I said, everybody think that's funny. Now, you dropping something 200 to 300 feet out the air, just not knowing the momentum that it picks up when it comes down, and you hit that and when you hit that little girl, thank goodness that you didn't hit that little girl on her arm. Just think if he would have hit her in the head or something like that, he could have killed that little girl. But yet still, he thinks that shit is cute. It's not cute at
all. It's not cute at all because everybody knows that anybody can be found. And is that you, QI?
Yes, it's me. I'm in the building.
Oh, hey, what's up, hon?
Nothing much. Can I have the floor for a minute?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I was really interested in hearing the rest of your commentary because I didn't see the second part of the video. And let's go ahead and talk about some hypocrisy. Remember when you were speaking earlier about people who go from chat to chat and they were egging this side on and then next thing you know, they're egging the other side on and they're on both panels? I really wish some of these people would not click that blue link, would resist that blue link. We're really tired of seeing some of these people. And the mayor, you are one of the main people on Lemon's panel with Vic Damone up there, you and the rest of the women hating club trying to egg him on not to apologize. So I really don't appreciate some of y'all playing in our face. And we're tired of seeing y'all with that babble and your poor examples to other young men. And we're tired of seeing y'all. Y'all need to go somewhere and get y'all minds together. Y'all are like haters. And then it's like y'all trying to program somebody. Over here all the time, every panel. We don't want to hear no more your bullshit. And I'm out.
Well, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinions, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. They need to be wiped up every now and then. But the thing about it is this. QI, I don't have no problem with you. I mean, you can say what you want to say, but I don't be up there on Lemon's panel like that trying to tell him what to do or give him any examples or any advice. I told him live his life. Whatever he wants to do, he's going to do it. So telling him to live his life is giving him advice? No. Telling him to live his life and do what he wants to do is happy. That's on him. So QI, I've seen you before on many panels talking your bullshit. So you can say whatever the fuck what you want to about me, sweetheart. If that's what's gonna make you feel good and make you feel better about yourself, then go right ahead. The blue link is there for anybody to come up. If she didn't want me to come up, she would have never let me up. Right, Hood Table?
Absolutely.
Just like if Lemon didn't want me to come up, Lemon wouldn't have brought me up. So miss me with that bullshit, QI. I mean, you so full of shit, it's beyond compare. But you know what? I'm not going to go there. Hood Tables, before I even start going off, cursing folks out, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say thank you for letting me up here. I appreciate the back and forth. I appreciate you allowing me.
Let me up. I want a piece of this bitch nigga.
Well,
let me in.
Oh Lord.
10 to get in. What's up, nigga? I'm getting so sick and tired of you wanting to be. Hold on, let me get this out. You gonna fuck around and find out real quick, motherfucker. I'm getting so sick and tired of you niggas coming out here disrespecting these women. It don't matter who I am. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking, motherfucker? Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Okay, Vic, you like to use your little wrestling connotations. Be real, be original about your shit.
You the fuck, keep that banner up. This a fuck nigga. You likes to go around and sniff. You like to sniff up under niggas' nuts. Okay, you like to be up under a drunk nigga
Oh,
that
I know who
disrespect
this is.
his mama,
I know who
his
this is. I
daddy,
know who this.
and
I know who
everybody the
this
fuck
is. I know who
else.
this is. I know who
Who
this is.
am I?
Is
The
this?
queen, motherfucker.
You talk? Is this King Tulsa? Is this King Tulsa? The
Yes,
so-called
princess,
wannabe?
it's me.
Okay, bitch. Let me get you straight
What's
right
up,
quick.
princess?
You a hard chest bastard. You.
Come on, princess.
Anytime you feel the need that you want to let your nuts hang and become a man,
I don't
because I
need you
see
to
your
hold
ass
them.
now.
Moving
No.
on. I don't
Let your
want you
white
to
man
hold
hold
these
them. Let
nuts.
your white
Let
man.
them hang,
Let your white
bitch.
man hold.
Don't hold my nuts.
Let
I'm
them
not
hang, bitch.
limit,
Because
bitch.
at the end of
I'm
the day,
not
because at the end of the
limit.
day,
I don't need
at
no
the end of the day,
motherfucking,
you
I don't
trick
need no
asshole.
chaperone.
You always gonna be
Don't
a
hold my
motherfucking
nuts.
man.
Hold your own, bitch.
If you at the end of the day, you still gonna be a motherfucking man, okay? At the end of the day, no matter what you do, you can have your
Okay.
dick sliced up and all that. You
Uh-huh.
always going to be a
And what
motherfucking
else?
man.
And what
And
else?
anytime you want to have this motherfucking smoke come your way, bitch, you can fuck around and find out.
Well,
bitch.
listen, since
Like I
we
said,
man to man, let me tell you
okay,
something
man
that
to
I
man.
do.
Tell me
Hold
something.
on.
Tell me
I
something.
didn't give you
Tell
your
me
time. Let
something.
me say my shit.
Say
Go
your
on me.
shit then, bitch.
Okay, so listen here. I'm more man than you'll ever be, nigga. I've never
Okay.
left my children's life. I'm a black man that take care of his motherfucking kids. What's your rebuttal?
What
Go ahead.
kids? What kids? What kids you take care of? You take care of another man's kids, right? Right? You take care of another man's kids. You don't have no kids, do you? You take care of another man's kids. You dumb
I ain't
bastard.
never ran out on my kids,
You.
black man.
What kids did I run out? What kids did I run out on?
I ain't never
What
ran
kids?
out on my
What
kids, black
kids?
man.
No. What kids did I run out on, black man?
I ain't never ran out on my kids, black man.
No. What kids did I run out? Because I only have one child, and I took care of my child. My child is doing very well. I have one child, you dumb
That's why you
bastard.
showcasing her around, so everybody,
I
yeah.
have one
You
child,
showcasing
you
her
dumb
around. Let's talk about
motherfucker.
that. Let's talk about it.
No.
Let's talk about it.
Do you have any kids? Do you have any kids?
Do you?
You stupid motherfucker. You didn't
No, I
I
think
got
you're
one child.
stupid. Because your answer is my answer, bitch.
You take care of another man's child. You take care of another man's kids, don't you?
How many black men do that?
Do you take care of another man's kids?
How many black men do that?
No. Do you take care of
I
another
want to
man's
know.
kids? Do you
Since
have
you
any
want to
kids?
go there, black man.
Do you have any kids?
Black man.
Do you have any kids, bitch?
All right.
Let's go there.
We getting really
No.
off
This
topic.
ain't right. We getting off topic. We getting
So
off topic. Go sit your gang goofy ass
You
down
set
somewhere.
your weak ass
Sit your
down.
gang goofy
You
ass
set
down
your
somewhere.
weak ass
Thank you for
down.
having me up, pool table.
And stop playing with dicks.
All right. Thank you, Mayor.
That's
Thank you. Peace out.
You know what? I don't know why y'all don't hold these motherfuckers accountable. These niggas don't give a fuck about women. They don't give a fuck about you. They will team up with these motherfucking niggas that go at y'all. Oh, we ain't gonna go there. We gonna protect the men. It's a lot of male identified ass bitches up in here. Y'all need to go get some motherfucking therapy. It is seriously something wrong with y'all. For y'all to sit up and respect these individuals that disrespect you. It's that slave mentality. Y'all hoes need to wake up. Go get baptized. Go do something. But y'all need to stop fucking acting stupid. It is 2026. Why y'all acting like y'all don't know right from wrong? What's wrong with y'all? Stop smoking that shit. For real, they need to stop smoking that shit. Let these motherfucking niggas have it. Don't let these niggas be disrespecting y'all. I just went off on Jay Wilson going off on a woman. Talking about she pissing in her panties. Bitch, fuck you. Stop going at women. You came from a woman, motherfucker. That's the point that I'm proving. Why are you so irritated and mad at women? Go figure out those fucking traumatic issues that your mama put you through, nigga. Every woman ain't the same. That's it. That's all. Thank you, boo.
All right, hon. Okay. Most of the sector is male identified. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the gist of it, y'all. And yes, it is Sunday. Y'all talking about, is it Sunday? Yeah, some of y'all motherfuckers need to be in church. Hey, Gemini, Berber, Brown Beauty, the Ghetto View, Ashton. Did I miss anybody? Hey, Sincere, Dion. How y'all doing? Please make sure y'all like and share the video on the way in, please, and thank you very much. Child, hold on. Let me put my oh, sorry. Hey.
Hi, how in the hell are you?
I'm good. How the heck are you?
I'm doing swell. It just baffles me that the man that just left from here, didn't he attack me, a woman, on your platform the last time I was over here? But he's talking about protecting women and how black men always attacking women and protect the women. But that man never misses out on the opportunity to attack me, a woman. I just thought that it was quite hypocritical, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, be honest then, child. Be honest.
Right. You know, sometimes people think because they put a wig on and because they put a tape between their legs that they actually a woman. But anyway, Hood Table, let's talk about
it. Ooh-wee. Okay. Y'all is a mess this Sunday afternoon. Y'all is a mess. But okay, so yeah, we was basically just talking about Lemon and how he be, having people playing in his face and taking shit offline, and how Rick basically said he was gonna stop calling him because he could have been on his neck like everybody else around here, especially like after what had happened on the video app. Okay, so did you watch both of Rick's videos last night?
Yes, I did, Hood Table. They were both. When I woke up, I was trying to catch up on the first one, only for him to go live with that second one. Yes, so I ended up redballing through both of them.
I didn't expect that because when I fell asleep through Rick's first one, I woke up to rewatch the rest, and so I ran into the second one thinking I was still on the first one, and Rick just started in on Lemon at the beginning, and I'm like, hold up, what the fuck? I was confused, and then when he said, "You think I ended that live because you think you go?" I said, "Oh shit, this must be a new live." So I went back to the first one, and I just went all the way to the end. All the way to the end, and where Lemon has said what he said to Rick Reed when he was telling me that you should be thankful or grateful that I even got Poetic Flocka over here to your channel. He said you should be thanking me. Rick must have dropped that nigga and started going in and cussing him out. Then he ended that live, and then he came back live the second time, and that's when he said he gonna stop calling you and just allow everybody to do what the fuck they want to do with his raggedy ass, and keep putting him in a corner or in a trick bag and shit like that. So that's where I was getting into. So did you see that part?
Yes, I did. And actually, Rick, I had screenshot the whole Flacco thing and put it on my Dun Data so the people know the timestamp. But Rick did go off, but then at the end of his last live, he ended up saying that he did gain 14 subscribers. So he gained 14
wanted to respond whenever she's done.
Oh,
they done. She wants to respond to you.
Sure.
No, I don't even have to talk to her. I'm just going to respond.
Oh, you want to respond to? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I ain't got nothing to say to that person. First of all, I never came after this person. This person has been after me. First of all, it was on Lemons when she fucked up my performance. Then she went through my case, talking about my case that I have open right now. I never went through this woman's case. The only thing that I know that she's got charged for cyber stalking, and she's paid people to be on panels and stuff. We are not the same. I don't do that. I don't buy attention. I don't pay for people to like me. We are not the fucking same. And I don't have to get a machine to get my rocks off. That's motherfucking it. That's all. Bitch, go plug up your machine and get your fix. Good night.
No, you don't have to get a machine to get your rocks off. You just get a crackhead white man from off Craigslist. You go on Grindr and find the lowest level piece of white trash that you can find. One that took you on a one night stand type of date, and then you marry him and take care of his little white children. That's what you do. But anyway, hood table.
Yeah, let's all okay.
Let's
Back to Rick. Back to Rick. Girl, Rick had me cracking up. He said,
and the nerve. She over there, a whole indentured servant in her own house. Did you over there in indentured servitude in 2026? The fuck? Over there cooking and cleaning and everything for them good white folks. Over there trying to breastfeed them. That's why you got them in clean. Bitch, shut the hell up. Okay, now I'm done.
Okay, so Rick had towards the end of the video, he basically told him he was just talking to Lemon and Steven. Is it Stefan or Steven? Stefan. Okay, so he was talking to Stefan, and Rick dropped Lemon because Lemon said he should be thanking him for whatever. But Rick was like, you was the one who was begging for me to drop the link, and you ain't ever got to come back and fuck you and fuck the Poetic Flacco and all y'all motherfuckers. And he's right. He don't want Rick on his ass too, because Rick was like, I got your mother's phone number. I know where she lived too. I can be over there dragging her by her toenails. I could call the apartment office building tomorrow, just like ZH threatened to do. And then he asked Sour Patch to block Lemon from the chat.
Correct. Yes, I witnessed all of that, and that's what I had said earlier. I said that Rick is more than welcome to reach out to me if he wants to if he wants to join me. The more the merrier.
Well, Rick said that he wasn't going to be doing it, but he said he's willing to assist. He's willing to encourage. He's willing to assist anybody if needs be to fuck that nigga up. So this is what I'm saying too. Like, you keep putting yourself in. Like, Rick, one thing Rick said, which is really true, Jay, and that's Lemon is his own worst enemy. He is his own worst enemy when it comes to him and his channel and him and his family, obviously.
And I just think it was ridiculous for him to lie on the Poetic Flacco man. Like, the man is over there with almost 400,000 subscribers. That's the best connection that he ever had. And you gonna lie on him and then get caught up in your lie.
When I went over there and saw how many subscribers he got, I was like, oh, this is who y'all into it about over with Stefan. And Stefan, he was trying to say that he wasn't paid, and Lemon was saying he was paid and all. I'm like, child, I didn't know nothing about that Poetic dude until last night.
Well, that's because he from over there where the Umar boys came from. He just one of the few that actually made it out and became somebody.
Yeah, because
the rest of them are a bunch of cockroaches that had to come over here with us.
Yeah, because when I saw how many numbers he got over there, that man is at his shit. My shit say roll to 9K. His shit says roll to 500K. This nigga got a lot of subbies over there. He actually got 339,000, even though he said roll to 500, which he'll probably get there. I don't know what type of commentary. Like I said, I don't know him at all. So I was just listening and seeing what was going on. That's right.
Well, for the most part, I've only seen a few videos of his. Like he had a couple of videos about the dude Orlando Brown, that actor from That's So Raven. He did some commentary about that. He do commentary about like some of the rappers and like the gangsters and stuff. That's the most videos that I've seen when it comes to him. Like if it's some type of trending topic, I've seen his videos, but I don't know what the bulk of his content is about.
All right, I think there's talent. Talent?
Good. Hey, it's me again. Hello. JD, what's going on? I had to come up here for JD.
What's up,
Rick Fox? Hey, JD, I have to tell you, thank you for continuing the good fight. I'm packing. I have to leave for 2 months. I'll be back in June. But I want to say I will be listening in, and I need you to continue the good fight. I don't know if Rick Reed is going to join in, but you're doing the right thing because I think ungrateful people, and this is what we're talking about, ungrateful people, people who feel entitled, who shouldn't feel entitled, but they feel entitled. And it's not just Lemon. I mean, he's a crass dummy, but there's a bunch of crass dummies here who feel entitled that they're owed something. They're owed nothing. And it's time they are taught lessons. So I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. I encourage others to join you because here's a situation where JD has resources that are available uh, to people in this sector, or at least they used to be. JD can answer if they still have access to her for that. But they could have utilized her knowledge, her resources to perhaps take whatever aspirations of being a content creator is, they could use JD to help them along. But no, these people bite the hand that feeds them repeatedly. And again, it goes back to self sabotage. There are talented people here, albeit mentally ill, but there's still talented people here who could get a puss, and some have been given a puss, but because they suffer from that self sabotage mentality, they'll never get ahead. And when you tell them, hey, don't do this to yourself, they don't listen. Because one thing about poor people, broke people, is what do they always think? They know everything. And then when someone intelligent, articulate comes along, oh, we can't trust it. Oh, he's a Tom, he's a coon. Meanwhile, the real coons are these people. So I admire JD, the binaries, the articulate, the educated people, people with advanced degrees. And instead of leveraging their knowledge like these clowns should be, they're ridiculed, they're attacked unmercifully. I mean, it's terrible. So I'm glad to see JD is putting up the good fight. It's for a reason. More and more people are coming to the realization, hey, we're wasting too much time. Who is that woman, JD, that was investing a lot of money, was with Sam Bradley, was going to invest a lot
Ty.
of money? Ty.
It was
Right.
She
Ty.
had,
Hmm.
she had to learn a horrible lesson. And I talked about this. Sam Bradley had to learn a horrible lesson. Um, you can't give these people anything. These people, for whatever reason, whatever their backgrounds are, whatever happened to them when they were young, these people are pieces of shit, and you have to treat them that way. And stop trying to help and have fun with them, toy with them, play with them.
Well, you know some talent, and I have to tell you, even before you go on your 2 month hiatus, I will never forget the conversation that you and I had a little over a year ago where you said you challenged me to go 6 months without investing or pouring into anybody. And
Right.
I took you up on that challenge, and that 6 months stretched to a year and a
Hmm.
half.
I
And I
know
think
this.
that was the best that was the best advice that you ever gave me, talent. I
And I,
appreciate you
and,
for that.
and I really, and if you recall, I was speaking, more for myself. I really wasn't at that point trying to encourage others to follow that. But I know there are a lot of people who have helpful spirits. You being one of them. There's a lot of them that have resources. Natural Lux Diva is crazy as all get out, but she's always willing to help. And you see what happens to her every time she butts her nose into things. But these are people trying to help, trying to assist because they have resources that other people can utilize. But you got to learn that harsh lesson. Fortunately, I didn't have to go through that. I gave these people crumbs, $20 here, $20 there, little caviar. 400, 500 isn't anything if you really got it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as full investment, you don't do it with these clowns. You don't do it with these clowns. Oh, and I don't know, JD, if you saw Jay Wilson's live earlier on that.
About
On
Pam?
that
I had
oh,
saw the title, but I didn't go over there.
woo, it was a masterpiece. Now, I don't get along with the lady. She flipped on me was a big fan of hers, and she flipped on me. And we know how that goes. But if you get a chance, Tanya and JD, you already saw it, but look at it. It was a masterpiece. Prune Face got his shit off big time. But look, I want to bid everyone adieu. We'll talk in June. Hopefully, there's a lot of chaos. I will be listening in from time to time. I gotta go. Kick me out of here because I don't want any audio.
All right, talent. All right. Thanks for joining us again.
All right, Rick Fox.
Appreciate
I know you got to go overseas to play with the NBA over there. You are probably going to Germany.
I did not watch that. I saw the title said, "Let me put Pam in something." I was like, "Oh God, he got into it with Pam."
It seemed that she must have was talking crazy about him at Stomp Down, and so he
Oh,
upset about it.
oh God. I don't know if I want to watch, but I'll go over there.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
go
watch Stomp
there.
Down at all. I just happened to put him on because I thought it was a short video. If I see a video and it's on like 30 minutes long, if you put that mess on 2 times speed, you done with it in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. I put it on double or whatever. But I did sign up for the 2-week trial for the YouTube thingy where where you get to watch without commercials and things like that. I did sign up for the 2-week trial. I had to put it on my calendar, make sure I cancel that bitch before they charge me. But it lets you go even faster. It lets you go to like 4 times the speed when you hit the
I saw that you could get premium and do that, but I don't know how beneficial that'll be because I just feel like 2 times speed is fast enough. I can't imagine 4 times. Like, what the hell?
Right, it's super fast. And check this, Jay. Hold on, Jay. The reason why I signed up for it because I just saw it was 2 weeks free, a trial. So I'm like, let me try this out because I was in somebody's chat watching the replay, and I swear they had a commercial every like 2 to 3 minutes. I swear. So I was like, God damn. So I was like, oh, this shit is 2 weeks. Let me try it out, see how I like it. So while I was watching somebody else's video, I was trying to double speed. Matter of fact, that was Rick's. I was trying to put it on double speed, but I wasn't paying attention. So I just moved the cursor all the way to the end, which is where the double would be. And that stuff started speaking so fast. It was like Chinese. I said, why the fuck is it sounding like that? And then I looked down. It was on like 4 or 5 speed. I said, how did I do that? Then I remembered that you have to have premium to get over the double. I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, and you already know that Rick got a very distinct way of talking, and he damn sure don't talk slow. So I can't imagine how the hell that mess sounded.
Girl, it was like I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And hey, Patricia, how you doing, love? And everybody else who dropped down. Hey, Jill, you said premium is worth it for me. It can't with the 50 commercials in an hour video. And see, I try to space mine out to like 8 minutes because if you do like 8 minutes in an hour, that's still only like what? 6 commercials or something like that. And y'all have to keep in mind that YouTube pays us pennies on commercials. Like you literally have to bring in at least over 1,000 something views on each video to even make a decent check on here. Like you have to have like 1,000, 1,500 at the minimum, 1,000 or 1,500 minimum to just get a couple of $100 for YouTube. So people have to put in their commercials, but some people, they have it on like every 3, 4, 5 minutes. Like I'm just like, that's just crazy. And then I also don't get a lot of support. Not complaining. I'm not complaining, but I don't get as much super chats and cash apps as a lot of people do on here. So I definitely put my commercials in my Jay Wilson voice because, I got to get paid on here somehow. Shit.
Well, Hood Table, and that's one thing too that I had thought about as well. You just said about your support, because I did a whole roll in my eyes and a neck roll and everything else when I heard that they never heard of your show that y'all been doing every Sunday night for the last year.
I was surprised.
But quick to get up here and click a link and talk about how they support you. All it is they saw you over here with over 100 people and wanted to taste some clout. or perhaps to impress VS because they clicked your link, your little old link. Well, VS, while you was gone, I went on over there and I went over there to the poor hood table and I was the first person on her link to be on her link and talk to her, VS. Even though you gone, I'm over there keeping her company for you, VS.
That's funny. Carrie said an ad just came in right when I said something about the ads. But there's our banner. Since J Dunn bought that up, there's our banner for me and Big Riggs, our Sunday night show, which we have been doing for a year. Tonight we'll be at Riggs because we flip-flop every Sunday, so I'm plugging us in again. Please join us over there, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific. We always have grown folk conversations, whether we're discussing relationships, family, trending news, celebrities, whatever. We discuss a plethora of different topics. So please join us over on his channel tonight. I am going to drop the link one more again. Big Riz, but go ahead, Jay.
Well, no, I was just saying I had rolled my eyes when I heard that. So, I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I know it didn't get lost on you, but I just wanted to make sure your audience knew it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I heard it when he said it. I was like, for real? But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, I will never complain about my support, but like when people say shady things like, I didn't know she had a channel, or I didn't know that. Not saying what he said was shady. I'm talking about like over the last month or so, I've been hearing people say, I didn't even know the Hood Table had a channel. I'm like, how y'all not know I got a channel when I've been on here for like 8-9 years? I've been doing commentary in the B sector for I don't know how long. I'm in everybody's chat. People always talking about my cake decorating. I'm like, just say you don't like me and you don't watch. I mean, I'll be more, cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And this person, Greg, authenticating as James Bull. I don't know who they are, but they talking about, why are you playing the victim card in the back chat? I don't know who they are. Mama dropped them down.
Who is the victim?
I don't know.
Who played the victim card?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because I ain't heard nobody play victim. I don't know what they're talking about. I have no idea, child. But
yeah, even I've heard when people say that too. I remember it was one time where somebody had told me that they didn't know I had a channel. Girl, I could have slapped the piss out of them, but I was like, nah. Like, what you mean you didn't know?
I just laughed. I'm like, I know. Listen,
if I'm on here, I got a channel. Duh.
I mean, everybody technically has a channel, but when they said that, I was just laughing my ass off. I was like, okay, all right. Like, okay, you didn't think I had a channel. All right, whatever. And that person hit the link again and I blocked them because I don't know who the fuck they are. And they came up here with a white man for their emoji. So I don't know who the fuck they are.
Oh, that might have been Tulsa's husband trying to come and tell me off. You don't think that was her husband?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
He probably done time be like, let me tell her about her motherfucking self.
I don't think
so. Girl, I doubt it was her husband. But anytime it's a white man that clicked the link, it could be. It could be.
Speaking of clicking the link, when Stephen clicked the link yesterday, that was the first time I seen him on camera. Does he routinely come on camera?
Yeah, on his channel he will. That's the thing. I was shocked to see him cam up over there with Rick, but yeah, he cams up a lot on his channel. To be honest, he reminds me so much of Prince to a certain degree.
I was like, he's kind of cute. Like, he even looks like his avatar or his picture looks like his picture. I was just surprised that he cammed up because most people don't cam up. So, and I was like, oh, that's the first time I ever seen Stephen. But I was like, oh, okay, Stephen, come through with the dress and everything. I was like, okay. But yeah, that was pretty much what the second show was about. More of Rick and Stephen, discussing Lemon and some of the shit that was going on with the Poetic Flocka. And But yeah, with all the plays and all the storylines and beefs that I've seen over the years, I've never seen anyone else who will literally okay, Jay, maybe I missed it, but let me know, because I've never seen anyone such as a Lemon who would literally allow any and everybody to do any and everything to them, and then days later be on his panel. He's over there shucking and driving. You know how the black people used to do back in the day, all that shucking and driving, trying to fit in and trying to, just allowing everybody to get clout off of him, clout chasing, playing in his face, running plays, hitting him where it hurts outside of YouTube, and then shucking and jiving with a motherfucker a few days later on their panel. Maybe I missed it, but I've been here from the beginning.
Right. I've never seen anything like this before in my life either. Quite frankly, it's really pathetic. And I even thought about, like, why? Why could somebody even allow that? But then, if you ain't paying the bill, ain't nothing up in your name, why would you give a fuck? The difference is he damn near 40 with absolutely nothing to lose because everything is in his mama's name.
Everything in my mama's name.
Correct. Correct. So it's like, for people to do everything to him and call his mom and all this, no, he ain't got no outrage. He's not upset about any of it because, what is he gonna lose? Even right now, it's on his mama. They calling her phone. That's her problem, according to him. They might get evicted. Well, that's his mama problem, according to him.
Well, what he told Rick was he don't really give a fuck about all that shit. He does it for the entertainment. He said, Rick, you're you and I'm me. You might not allow it, but I will because it's all entertainment. Basically, you'll do anything for a bag. That's how I see it. Anything for clicks and views, anything for a bag. That's how I see it. At the risk of your family even being evicted, at the risk of your niece being taken away, at the risk of you. It's so many risks. Seriously, Jay.
I get what you're saying, but ultimately, even to do everything for a bag, you do everything for a bag until you don't even have a home to have the internet. He's stupid. He's stupid. Like, what the fuck is good as a bag when you ain't got a roof over your head for your computer and everything? What good is it?
Child, I don't know. My sons, when they stayed with me, whether they was in high school, well, if they were in high school and they didn't have anything to do like outside of sports, like if it was off season, they had to work like a part-time job somewhere. I don't care if it's 8 hours a week. Get your money, help your mama. So when school time come around, y'all can help out. Now, when they were in college and they worked, keep all your money. You need that money. My sons didn't have to pay no bills when they was in college. The one who went away to college, he couldn't even work. He was in small hick town. They didn't even have jobs. So I'm spending $300-400 on him every month while he's out of town. The youngest one, when he stayed here, he lived in the house still because he said, I don't want to stay on campus. I want to be home. So he stayed at home. He didn't have to work ever. When they got old enough, the first one first, when he got old enough, college done, whatever, get a motherfucking job. You ain't got to move out now. You ain't got to move out soon. I don't want you to move till you're ready. Till you boy, my sons will tell you, mama say stack up 6 months worth of bill money before you move. And I'm not putting you out, but I'm saying when you move, I want you to have some stacks, for emergencies. So they will tell you that. And when the oldest one was still living here, oh, you grown now, you working, stack your money, but also you're going to help out on bills too. The youngest one, after college, he got a good job, not ready to move yet, stack your money, but you're going to help around here too. You ain't got to pay this whole $1,700 mortgage, but you're going to pay on this mortgage and the lights and the gas and the cable and the Wi-Fi, okay? So it's like, I don't believe in no grown-ass kids staying home and they working full-time, good-ass jobs, and they not pitching in with their parents. I don't believe that shit. And I definitely don't believe, even worse, for a grown-ass kid to be online drinking and getting drunk all night, running in the buildings and shit with my car, and then sleeping off the liquor during the daytime. I don't believe in that shit. There's never been a moment where my kids did not have a motherfucking job, whether in high school, after college. Never. You gonna work, nigga, because you ain't staying here without a job, or you're gonna be in college. Is one or the other. I ain't got it like that. I ain't rich, bitch. I ain't got it like that. And they see me, they see me hustle all their life, Jay. I always had 2 to 3 to 4, 5 streams of income all their life. There's never no way they will disrespect me and not have a job in my house. To this day, my son, my baby, who moved out like 4 or 5 months ago, said, Mama, I'm so glad you taught me to hustle. I'm so glad you taught me to save money. He said, these bills, Mama, I'm doing it. I'm out here on my own. His rent is like, I think it's 14. I think his rent is $1,400, a 2-bedroom apartment. And he's out there doing that shit. And I'm so proud of my boys. You know what I'm saying? I didn't play that shit. So I
think ultimately, but when you really think about it, the fact that he don't even feel guilty watching that woman go out the house every day to work and pay for everything, just the fact that he don't feel guilty about it, that says everything. And I just want to ask you, Hood Table, I'm about to give you a math question, but it ain't too hard. What's 18 plus 18?
18 plus 18 is 30. Wait a minute, 36. I thought you were trying to catch me up in a bag. I'm like, hold on, let me.
No, yeah, it is 36, which means that it's been 18 years since Lemon turned 18, and he's still in that woman's house. Just let that sink in.
And the thing about it is, my sons, if they go through hard times, if they lose a job, if they become sick, they always know that they're always welcome back. And see, it always depends on what type of child you have. I know some people with children, they will never let back in their home. They might have raised them right, did everything for them. And you know how some kids, they just turn out to be assholes, disrespectful, lazy, bums. They don't have no respect for their parents. You know, so it all depends on what type of child you have. My sons, both of them can walk through that door right now, be like, Mama, can we move in? Such and such happen. All right, find somewhere to go. You know, y'all gonna pay some bills around this motherfucker, and they're gonna be like, we already know, Mama, we already know.
Essentially, for as old as he is and how long he done lived with that woman, he could have went through high school twice. That woman could have raised 2 sons at this particular point. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Stacy said where he lived, that's cheap. That might be cheap for where you live, but rent and mortgage is not the same across the United States. So from where we live, that's pretty expensive, Stacy.
And they don't even have a mortgage over there. That's another thing. I would feel guilty as hell seeing my mama bust her ass working and I ain't doing shit. Hell, even when I was in high school, I was ready to get a job to help do something.
Shit, I grew up in a family where my dad didn't care if she worked or not. If she said, I'm getting a job today, he was like, whatever, do what you want to do. You know, he paid the bills. And although we was growing up in the hood and we didn't have that much money and we was on every available assistance possible, he worked everything from selling fish to fixing on cars to moving people. He worked at packing plants. He would fix on cars. He would be, you know, them pallets, them things warehouses use to move shit.
Yeah, those wooden pallets.
Right. He would go through companies and go through warehouses and the shit they throw out in the trash. He would take that shit, bring it home, stack it up in the backyard, fix it, nail the shit back together. I mean, make the shit look spanking new and resell that shit. My dad had all kinds of fucking hood ass jobs. So that's where I come from. I come from people working. They worked or they hustle. I come from a family of hustles. They either in the street hustling or they working many jobs to hustle. So I'm used to that. So there was no way I was gonna have my son sitting around my house sucking up all my air and heat and my Wi-Fi, playing video games with their hands in their pants all day, you know, or online all night, drinking and smoking and there's no way. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not.
No,
You
that's
say
true.
yeah, DC. I'm pretty sure DC is way more expensive. I live in the Midwest, so yeah, any one of the coasts is more expensive than the Midwest. But yeah, $1,400 apartment in the Midwest for a 2-bedroom. That's expensive. It's expensive. Yeah, but so that's all I had really on the you know, on the limit part, you know, as far as people thinking he'll start doing better or be a better person every time somebody, you know, pops his ass or, you know, put him in a bag or, you know, sons him like VS did. I don't think he'll never change. I mean, people be fucking this nigga up over and over again, but if he likes it, I love it. So carry on, nigga. Carry on.
You was killing me when you was up here like, he fucked me up. She fucked me up.
He do. Yeah, you be hearing him say that shit is so funny. It's the way he say it. He be like, she fucked me up. She fucked me up. I be like, that nigga in his 25 accents. Oh, Tulsa's back. Hold on. You want to talk to Tulsa? Tulsa's back.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk to Tulsa, but I'll go on mute.
All right.
Hey, why do you think I want to talk to her? I don't want to talk to her. I'm about to talk to the feds, and I'm about to let them know that an NBA player is helping funding this cyber stalking individual. And guess what? I will be sending them that video when you expose Intrinsic. So, bitch, we about to get you up out of here. You better enjoy YouTube while you can, Jasmine. Goodbye.
What about an NBA player? Oh,
Ooh,
is Talon
so
a really
scared.
NBA player? Because I heard those rumors before.
I'm so scared. Tulsa, I'm trembling in my boots. I guess she was talking about Taylor. Yeah.
I heard before that he was an NBA player, but I ain't for doxing, so I don't know. But I don't know what just happened.
She's talking about the feds. If the local police department wouldn't listen to Intrinsic, I don't think that the feds gonna listen to Tulsa.
Child, Stacy talking about a 2-bedroom here start at 26 or 28. I won't be living there. I will never pay that much for a 2-bedroom. Never.
I think Tulsa is so upset because I called her an indentured servant in her own home in 2026.
Not renting.
I'm sorry that the truth hurt.
After my let me tell you something, Stacy. In the Midwest, it's obviously not as high as the coast. But let me tell you something. When my landlord raised my shit up from I have a three bedroom. It was a very small house that I was living in before the house that I'm in now. All the houses I really lived in has been fairly on the small side. It's a few big ones I lived in, but fairly small. But when that bitch raised my rent to $1,100, I said, I wish the fuck I would. I wish it gets to a certain point where I'm like, I'm not going to continually help no landlord get rich. And I got out there and I bust my ass and I saved up a whole lot of money. And I said, I'm going to buy me a house. I ain't no way I would pay $2,600, $2,800 to a landlord. No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of money.
No, I'm not. I would never.
So she said that she pay that much. She said she pay that much in DC.
She said that's what the 2 bedrooms go for. I will buy me a house before I pay somebody that much for rent. Never.
Oh wow.
Never. I won't pay over $1,100 for rent here in the Midwest. Never. I will go buy me a house.
Right.
And be a landlord.
No, that only makes sense.
I will be a landlord, the best landlord I could be with what I'm working with. And trust me, I struggle like a lot of people, you know, especially during the Rona. I struggle, you know, every now and then. That's why I keep 2, 3-fold different streams of income because it's hard out here for a pimp. But I would never pay that much to a landlord. Hell fuck no. Because if you can afford to pay that much for rent, Why not buy? Mm-hmm. It makes no sense.
No, I would agree with that 100%. That right there is insane. Which I guess it just depends on what part of DC she living in. Perhaps the cost of living is higher over there.
I don't know, child. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot see myself paying a landlord that much. I just can't. And then they still have control on if you stay there, if you don't stay there, what you do in the house. They can put you out whenever they want. They can sell the house from underneath you. Nope.
Right. No.
Nope. But that again, she did say that was apartment. That and that's crazy too. An apartment? Nope.
But the way she said that sounds like some New York City price.
It's very. Sorry, I was waiting for that motorcycle to go by. Y'all know every time I get on live, these motherfucking teenagers be around here with their mopeds. But yeah, that's a little bit much. That's a little bit much. But if that's what you want to do, some people don't want to cut grass. They don't want to, we in the Midwest, so some people might not want to shovel snow. I know up there it snows too. So I know some people might not want to be responsible for maintenance or different things like that. But that's why you get homeowners insurance, and that's why you get those companies who insure like all your plumbing and your fridge and stove and your all that shit. Yeah. That's why you make sure you got that shit too.
1 second, Tulsa, or 1 second, Hood Table. Dimple, why would I need to own a condo when I already own a house? Shut up, stupid. Who the fuck want to own 2 different properties in 2 different states, idiot? Stop worrying about me. I'm sick of these trends that's just jealous or whatever they got going on. Worried about what I'm owning. Bitch, I own more than you, and you a biological man. Go ahead, Hood Table.
It's okay. But I've said before, if I stay like in Cali or somewhere, I probably have to move based off my income. I would probably have to move. And I know if I actually stayed there, I'd probably be making a little bit more money. But see, the thing is about a lot of these different places like Florida and Cali and places like that, for the amount that we pay for a big ass motherfucking house with a lot of square foot here in the Midwest, they paying the same amount for a little ass house. And that's crazy to me. Like I used to work in real estate for a long time, for many years. So I know all about real estate. And so when I look at some of the properties, like even in Cali, like a little 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house, and they want like $4,000 a month for it, and it don't have that much square footage. Ain't no basements, ain't no upstairs, ain't no, I'm like, that little ass house, hell no, no. I would rather be right here where I am in the Midwest, where I make my money work for me. On the we can get a lot more property and a lot more square footage here in the Midwest than some people on the East Coast. So, but hey, what can we do about it? You live where you live, right? So I would never shade nobody for what they want to do with their money. I'm just saying I make my money work for me. I'm not gonna be living in no little ass Cracker Jack house paying $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month. And you walk from the refrigerator to the
a miserable idiot. Bitch, I did sell my house. What you think I did with the money once I sold that one?
Right.
And again, why you up in my business?
Right, Harry, cost of living, but you still got people in Cali who have to have roommates too. Even with the cost of living, there's still people in Cali who can't even afford to pay for their own dwelling place. They have to have roommates. I don't want to be in that type of situation. But I definitely understand it. Like how some people be trying to drag people who live with people or have roommates and shit. Y'all never hear me dragging people because they want to have a roommate. Because that's a situation they in that neck of the hood. So, if I lived in Cali, I would probably have to have 2, 3, 4 roommates as well. Because it's so damn expensive. So yeah, I
Right.
thought about over the years, I thought about moving to certain areas. And then when I look at like the size of homes, I mean, I guess some people is used to that shit. Like even when I look at the movies in California, like the movies that are like filmed in Cali, I'm like, that's a little ass fucking house. And those type of houses are so goddamn expensive. And you can literally walk from the bedroom to the kitchen in 5 steps. Like that shit is crazy. And you paying
Yeah,
3,
that's
4,
why a
5
lot of the
thousand
times
for it.
they always rooming with other people, especially
Right.
in LA. Mm-hmm.
Right, right. If you get you a decent sized house or something like that, you gotta have roommates like in Cali. So I get it. I don't want to be living nowhere where I have to have roommates or shit like that. No, I'm cool. I'm cool on
Mm-hmm.
that. And I have a sister. Hey, Miss Toby Boo. I told you I have a sister who lives in New York now. She makes really good money out there. She was working here. They asked her to run the business out there in New York. So they transferred her to New York, and she still has a home here. She has a home here. Her house here in the Midwest is worth about $450,000. Her mortgage is like 2,000 something. She makes enough money at her company out there where she pays for rent out there and everything she needs, and she still pays for all the bills here in her $450,000 house. So my sister is doing really good. That's how much money she makes on running business out there. I even told her I need to come out there and get me a job. She said, nope, I'm not hiring none of y'all motherfuckers because y'all too hood and y'all come out here. And I'm like, man, well, fuck you then. She was like, y'all too ghetto. I'm not having y'all coming out here working, out here embarrassing me. I'm like, you know we ain't gonna embarrass you, sis. The fuck you. My sister is
Lord.
crazy. She's like, nah. If you need a job, I'll be a you can use me as a recommendation, but I'm not having y'all asses out here in New York because she know we.
So yeah, that's it. Even with this topic of conversation, don't you feel bad for Lemon's mama? Cause she in her 60s. It gotta be rough.
You know, my mama's no longer here, but
Mm-hmm.
I was so protective over my mom when she was alive. I mean, so protective where I would get in fights over her. I would fight like her neighbors, be arguing with her neighbors. When she was alive, you know, a lot of people heard me talk about my mom, and she's really a very, very as religious as you can imagine your mama being. That's how religious
Mm-hmm.
she was. No cussing, no smoking, no drinking, no fighting, no arguing, none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I would step in the gap for her when people would come at her over some bullshit or something like that because she don't hurt nobody, she don't mess with nobody. But you know how bitches be from time to time when they see somebody who might not, you know, fight back or whatever, or leave it to the Lord. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, I was over her house one day, and some lady was outside like 2 doors down, and my mom said,
Mm-hmm.
that lady over there was cussing me out the other day, and I don't even know why. I was like, what you mean she was cussing you out? She said, I don't know. I was out here in the garden, just tending my garden, and she just started cussing me. Man, I must have went over there and knocked on her door like, bitch, if you ever disrespect my mother, no, Pooh, don't do it. Don't do it. That's her favorite words. Don't do it. You know, because I was a really rowdy child, you know, growing up. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, nah, what the fuck? My dad talking about, I don't know what it had to do with the lady. Was just, I said, maybe she crazy or mentally something, you know, just dumb shit. But she's very like anti, you know, confrontation, shit like that. That's just how just the sweetest person you could ever meet. And all my friends loved her. Like, she's so sweet. So when people would fuck with her, I'll be like, oh, hell no. I'm that one. Me and my brothers, we them ones. No. And so if somebody was coming at my mom, calling her, harassing her, threatening her dwelling space and all that, me personally would have fell back. I would just fell back and left it alone. I might even change how I act online, because when it comes to my family and my friends, I don't play that shit. Y'all heard my bestie on here with me for over an hour yesterday. My bestie hit my platform. We don't play that shit. We take family and friendships seriously. And we would never bring harm to nobody's doorstep. Never. So that shit is just weird to me. It's really crazy to me. And then you say it's entertainment. He told Rick, you do how you do, I do how I do. This is just entertainment for me. That's not entertainment when the shit show up at your step. But you know, like I said, if he like it, he love it. Carry on, nigga.
And not
Carry
only
on.
that, when his mama is not even suspecting any of it. She
Yeah,
ain't suspecting a thing.
yeah. I mean, it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And then people be thinking that he's going to change every time he gets popped like that. They be like, he's going to change. He's going to change his platform. He going to stop. Even in the last few days, I'll just be watching like, this nigga. It's crazy.
Oh, Cole's World said like people disrespecting his mother, and she ain't did nothing to nobody on here. Well, you can't expect us to respect his mama when he don't respect her.
Absolutely. What up, Be Easy?
Exactly. What about Lemon shows that he respects his mama? I'll wait. So I'm not gonna respect anybody that you don't respect yourself.
Be Easy says stay safe in these sectors. I know that's right. But also said just because we were raised in church, like we still oh no. I used to have this t-shirt that said I believe in God or I worship God, but I'll still cut you. It was something like that. I used to have a shirt to say something like that. Like we were raised in church, but we was also raised in the hood. And I told a lot of my supporters before every now and then I talk about my real life on here. And the household that I grew up in was with my mom and my stepdad. She was really in the church. He was not. And also my real biological dad. A lot of the people in that family was Bloods. A lot of the people in my stepdad's family was Bloods. A lot of people on my side of the family was Crips and Bloods. So just imagine you growing up in church, but everybody around you is also from the streets and the hoods. So, of course, our life trickled into the hoods as well. So most people in my family is like street niggas. Like most people in my family, including my stepdad, who been in my life since I was 4. You know what I'm saying? So I got the best of both worlds. I like to say I got the best of both worlds because I grew up with a good foundation in church, even though a lot of fuck shit happened in that Pentecostal church. But I also grew up knowing how to handle myself in the street at the same time. So I grew up with the best of both worlds. So yeah, a lot of people in church, I mean, a lot of the friends I have in church that I still have to this day, them niggas, we all was in the hood, in the project, Section 8. We was out there just some ghetto ass, badass kids who also grew up in church. So church don't mean shit. I might could quote you Bible scriptures and Bible verses and tell you all the books of the Bible in order, front and back. But I also can fight with the best of them out there in the street and I can hustle. So yeah, that's just how it is. Church don't mean shit. Shit, I raised my sons in church, but let something happen to be my boys they will jump off the motherfucking porch in a heartbeat. And I raised them in church. You know what I'm saying? But shit, church don't mean shit. When it comes to out there and you gotta thug it out, shit. Just like a nigga who was raised in the motherfucking hood who might be in corporate America right now, he will quickly take that suit and tie off and whoop some ass if he have to, if he from the street or from the hood. Because we don't never forget where we came from. And we will make sure nobody else forget where we came from. That's that on that. Shit. Here's what it is. Oh, thank you, Cole. Hey, Cole said, Hood Table, this is a good live. I got to go. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us. You said the church table. Some of y'all wasn't even here when my pastor used to hit was you here, Jay Dunn? Did you ever see my pastor hit my link?
No, I don't think so. But I heard you talk about your childhood stories about your mama being strict as ever. And I think you talked about it because one of your cousins had hit the link.
Yep. Yeah, that was in the church that I went to when I was growing up. The church that I belong to now was not that church. So that was the church my mother brought me up in. But after I got grown and I started doing my own church hopping and seeking out my own church home, I fell into the church where I am now. And so before the Rona or during the Rona, my pastor, because he felt like a lot of people who weren't going to church needed to hear the word. Because, a lot of people were stuck at home.
It had to have been during the time where, okay, so you said during COVID. Because I was about to say it had to have been the time where everything was, because I will say, a lot of people were much more vulnerable during COVID. And when I say that, I mean, it was people that was coming on here, doxing their professions and all types of stuff, trying to help people.
Yep. Well, he would come on here with me, I think it was every Tuesday, and he would come on here and he would not preach, because he is a pastor, he is a preacher, he has a whole church, but he's also one of those pastors who can definitely relate to the streets in the hood, because that's his, that's where he was raised also, here in our community. So what he would do would come on my channel and we would literally talk. He might throw out a few scriptures or give a good message per se, but we would talk about whatever. It didn't matter if it was a celebrity, something on trending news, something in the hood where we would discuss whatever. So it wasn't like he was on here preaching and knocking you upside the head with the verses in the Bible, right? But it was a good show and everybody loved him. They would always look forward to seeing him the next week. But it was so much fun. And he would come on here, what up, hood table? What up, hoodies? What y'all got going on? He's cool as heck. But yeah, he used to come on here and we'd be talking and chopping it up. But he was cool as heck. But yeah, so and that was during COVID, so that was a while ago. But yeah,
I remember even when I saw Kimberly Black over here with you, my first time ever seeing Kimberly Black hit a link back then was during COVID, trying to help people.
Yep, and that's all he was trying to do, was try to be positive. He would be on here, girl, we be cracking up. My pastor is cool as the heck, like so seriously. And he be asking me sometimes, he'd be like, man, when we gonna start doing our shows again, sis? I'll be like, oh no, because the YouTube atmosphere has really changed. I don't know if it's safe for you out here. I'll be like, I don't know, Pastor, I don't know. We got Pastor Jay Wilson, and then we got my pastor. Two totally different type of pastors.
Right. One is an actual real one, and the other one is a fake.
Right. I'm like, and again, he's from the streets and he's from the hood, so he can definitely handle himself. But I'm like, I don't know if it's safe anymore for you to come on here. Yeah, he cool as heck. But yeah, I just brought that up because people was talking about growing up in church don't mean that you don't be thugging it out. Like, yeah, you absolutely. But yeah,
I need it. But yeah, hood table. I'm about to get down up off of here. I had to respond to a message that I got. But it was good being up here. Thank you for having me up here with you.
All right, I love you, girl, and you always welcome over here anytime.
Okay, all right. Thank you, hood table. Bye-bye.
All right. See you later, boo. You said the South. Hold on, let me read some of y'all messages. The South Coast cost of living is going up because the Northerners are moving in. Oh, yes. A lot of people, child, when I tell y'all, a lot of people from the coast be moving here because they can make their money stretch. And we got a lot of good jobs here. I mean, hell, Warren Buffett lives here. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of millionaires in our city. A lot of millionaires. We got a lot of industries, a lot of 401, 501 companies. We got a lot of organizations here. It's some good jobs here. You can definitely find some good jobs here. Good jobs, good housing. And even if, now our entire community is not, of course, the hood, just like any place. Any city, you have like the bougie neighborhoods, you have the burbs, you got the downtown, you got the midtown, you got the north, south, east, west, and then you have the hood, right? So if you were to ever come to my city and travel across the whole entire city, you're going to run into so many different things. So many different things. Like when people come here from my family who like live down south, who might have never been here, and they come here, they be like, oh my God, it's just not what I thought it was. It's just not what I thought it was. I didn't have people come here from the south and they end up moving here because they can find better jobs and better housing and better education than we got some of the top colleges here. Some of the top colleges here. So, you know what I'm saying? My youngest son, he went to college full ride from off the Susan Buffett scholarship. You know, Warren Buffett, his sister, Susan Buffett, some of the richest people in the motherfucking world. And he got one of their scholarships. So yeah, you can do really well here, like really well. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I always say, no matter where you live, Chicago, Texas, Cali, Florida, New York, you know, wherever you live, every state, every city has some of the same things. We are not that much different. Even if somebody's city is not as big as yours, is not as boisterous as yours, every city has the same thing, the same type of people, the same good jobs, bad jobs, good schooling, bad schooling, good hoods, bad hoods, good people, bad people. We're more alike than you would think, than some people would think. So that's another reason why I don't do the type of content on here where I shade people for what they have, don't have. I don't do like the skin, the weight, the gay, the LGBT, it's a lot of things that I don't do because I respect all people and I like to be respected myself. And I try to give as much unbiased commentary as I can, even though sometimes we have to just keep it hood and keep it a buck on how we see shit and how we feel shit. But for the most part, I just try to get on here and just talk about what I see and what I saw. But I'm not a dragger. I don't come over here and just try to be disrespectful to people. You know, again, all that shit is entertaining. We're all here for the shits, right? The shits and giggles. It's entertaining. We like some of the shit. We don't like some of the shit. We like some of the people. We don't like some of the people. But for the most part, the B sector has truly helped a lot of people over the years, especially during the Rona. As far as entertainment, as far as, you know, even if it's getting a kiki because you saw somebody get their back kicked in and the shit might have been funny or you might have gagged about it. You know, the B sector has helped a lot of people. I mean, I remember the days when people was raising money for people who lights was off, people who needed help with their rent. People that bought people cars in this motherfucker. I mean, furniture, TVs, and some of the CCs have definitely made some bags off a lot of the subbies in here. So, you know, the B sector has its good and it has its bad parts, its good days and its bad days. Sometimes, some days it's dead and some days we can't even keep up with the motherfucking lies. We can't even keep up with what's all going on because there's too many people doing too much commentary. But for the most part, if I had to do it all over again and be on YouTube, and the thing about it, I didn't seek out the B sector. I just fell into the bitch because I was already here on YouTube. But for the most part, I would still continue to support who I support here and watch and just be entertained because, I mean, it is what it is. If we can be entertained by all the other fuck shit on TV and movies and shit like that, we can be entertained on here too. Again, you don't have to like everybody. You definitely don't have to like what everybody does. And sometimes people do go really, really too far. And you have to know when to pull away and turn that channel and not be too invested in anybody on here, especially y'all subbies. Sometimes y'all be just way too invested to where you even thumping it out here and thugging it out over here over your favorite CC and coming at other people next over your favorite CC. Just stay a subby or get your own damn channel. But yeah, sometimes the subbies definitely, they be too invested. And then when you get dragged and when people start reaching outside of the YouTube atmosphere and going offline on your ass as a subby, you don't understand. I'm just a subby. I don't even have my channel. But you sure is giving commentary and thugging it out like here, like a CC. So you might as well get you a channel. Hey, what's up? Is this Noble?
Yeah, it's me. I thought you was about to close out your channel. I was actually typing in the chat saying, were you about to close out
Oh yeah, I
your
was about to close out, but what's up?
No, I was just chilling, just wanted to come and say what's up. You know what I'm saying? I know you got a show coming up. I wanted to see if you had you seen any of the man show that was at Pizarro, the
No,
man
I
panel.
haven't because when she was starting her show, I was setting up my live to
Yeah,
go live. So I haven't. I'll have to go back over there. I did see a little bit, but what I saw was sorry, some motorcycles going by. What I saw was she was waiting for some people to hit the panel because I think last night she was supposed to do it. I had tuned in
yeah,
last night because it was
yeah,
supposed to happen last night, and I remember Lolo sent people over there, so I was there last
yeah,
night. And then she said she would change it to this morning. So when I went
yeah,
over there this morning, she was still waiting. It was like 30 minutes had passed or so, and
yeah.
she was
Because
people to
what
get on.
Cause what had happened was like she had started her first live. Ken was live, and he had redirected people over there, but she had restarted her live because she was having technical difficulties on her.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Oh, and
for the
shout out
most
to
part,
Dana Smith. Thank you, Dana, for the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
yeah, for the most part, it was a good conversation amongst men. You know, it got kind of messy when Goosey came up there for a minute, and it kind of derailed a little bit, and I think we stayed on the homosexual topic, you know, too long. You know, but other than that, you know, I think that we had a real constructive conversation. I really don't think that you know it was anything bad said. I think we were just answering the questions based upon you know where our mindset is at. I don't think there was no right or wrong answer. I think it was good. It wasn't messy. It was all right.
Okay, well, I'll go back over there and check it out. You know, it kind of took me back to the days where Jay Wilson used to have the gentleman's panel, even though I think the guys that he had on there were of the LGBT community, but still it kind of took me back to that. And I think it's cool if they have men's panels every now and then because we always have like panels where it's usually a lot of women and it's
Yeah.
not set up that way. It just happens that way. And then we might have panels where it's, you know, mixed and it just happens that way. Whoever hit the link, hit the link. You know what I'm saying? But to just have like an all men's panel or have an all women's panel, it would be nice
And
if
I,
men would do that with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you or
yeah,
somebody else, you know, men's have an all men panel.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I was like the first straight guy that was on Pizza Channel, and then it came full circle that we had an all men's panel that was respectful on Pizza Channel. And then, like I said, it was good. I mean, it could have been a little bit better if we wouldn't have wasted too much time on one subject. I think if we would have like you know said what we had to say and went to some more you know things that us as men could talk about. You know, and I would have wished that there could have been, you know, someone from that community to be up there, you know, to represent that side of male conversation, especially when we was talking about Magic Johnson, son. You know, I thought I would have like appreciated if one of them would have came up and you know represented that part. You know, but
Right. The
other than that, yeah.
uh-huh.
But other than that, it was cool. It was cool. You know, I just think that part went too long.
Well, that's good. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna go ahead and catch it because for the most part, for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna be chilling. Um Riggs and I, of course, we got our show tonight. So for the people who might want to slide on us tonight, we'll be on his channel. I did drop the link a couple of times. I will go ahead and drop the link again. I'm sure Vibrant probably been dropping it too. But I just dropped the link again to Riggs' channel. And guess what the title of the show is, y'all? The title of the show tonight on Riggs' panel is going to be, would you allow your partner to engage with business conversation with the opposite sex past midnight?
Oh man.
Does
Oof.
that sound familiar?
Yeah, that sounds kind of yeah, yeah. It sounds very familiar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is this Kid Nolan?
Yeah, it's me. Hey, mama.
No, you didn't come up here with them. Hey, mama.
What's up, Nolan?
I came to correct Noble. Noble, I was the husband, therefore I was the first straight man on the panel, but I was the husband. So you was the second. You know,
All right. Well, I take that. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. You know, respectful.
I was a little jelly, but listen.
Yeah.
I don't know why they. First of all, what is her name? QI. Let me holler right quick, baby. QI. What made Goosey so correct in what he said? How you felt like he was right about what he said? Because first of all, Goosey is a weirdo. His own sector don't take him serious at all. He comes over here to pretend like he's coming to take up for the women, but he always criticizes the women. So he's an imposter. That girl had a great panel today. I mean, the panel was good. Everybody had good points. Everybody was practically agreeing with each other, but in separate, different ways. So I didn't really find nothing wrong with our panel. But you know, the ignorant women that can't find a man that's mad because men not really entertaining them, gonna feel like it was a horrible panel. You can't get a man, so that's why you feel that way. And Goosey, he can't really get a man at all, or a woman. He just pretends like he like women. I mean, come on, like, why do the beef sector continue to take this little girl serious? He's a weirdo. He's weird. He got a problem with everything that the beef sector do. If it ain't the competition, he got a problem with that. If it ain't the panels, he have a problem with that. If it ain't the storylines, he have a problem. Like, why y'all continue to entertain this old pussy ass little boy? To me, he's a child. I slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah, he got a little annoying. He did get a little annoying, you know what I'm saying? Because he really like steered, because CX was doing good, and then you know he came up there and started shooting shots at him, and then Malik started getting it. It was like, I'm sorry, I was like, man, drop that nigga, man.
We got QI up here, though.
In the building.
Don't come in with that noise.
Ken, first I was about to compliment you and tell you I think you did exceptionally well on this show. I was really proud, and you know, and I was applauding.
I appreciate that coming from you. I appreciate that because you usually don't give people their props. Real talk.
You got bars,
I give props where props are due. But speaking on the why I said Goosey was right. It's because, okay, so on yesterday, right? Or whenever it was, ZX did Revenge P, and he passed around, you know, a woman's news. That is very disrespectful, and in no way is that an example of anything that, you know, is uplifting to our community. Because, and disrespecting women and children are, you know, the portals to our next generation. Women are the portal to life. And you know how y'all was speaking on high value? Everybody has a value, especially a woman. Because if there was no woman, there would be no you. So, like, in a sense, you know, like he likes to speak. And let me tell you something. ZX, whether he wants to agree with it or not, you know, like, is a brother of mine. And so, you know, I give him a lot of grace, and I don't dislike him or anything like that. Just like I told him, I just expect you to do better. You know, I need you to practice what you preach.
Because they didn't have nothing to do with the conversation. He was way off topic, and ZX was cooking. He was even though I don't like him, he was cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, cooking, this what I call it is hypocrisy. You know, like you know how you might have the right message, but the wrong messenger. That's what that was. And it's conflicting to sit and hear. So that's just like me hearing, that's just like seeing, let me see.
Well, use
Uh,
me as an example. Even though I was right with what
now I
I
want to
said in
use,
my answer.
I wasn't going to use nobody in, on YouTube. I was going to use like a popular figure, like, that's just like somebody that does not like black people running around preaching and teaching the black people and yelling out, like power to the people. You know what I'm saying? It's a hypocrisy and the optics are not right. And people can't really receive what you're saying because, they hear you say one thing. Shout out to the Rooster Army up in the building, the
And
coalition
shout
and the
out to
Rooster
the
Army.
super chat. Shout out to the super chats. Thank you, Yvonne, for the $5 super chat.
But anyways, they see you do one thing. They see you do say one thing, but do another, and that's all I'm saying when it comes down to that. And I know, like like you have a feeling towards Goosey. I get it, and I try not to get involved with that. And so that wasn't about that. That was just about the hypocrisy. And I probably wouldn't have even called it out if it had not been the fact that like what happened on yesterday or the other day. It ignited my PTSD because a lot of times some people have to think some of the things that you do. It's a lot of people who've been through a lot of things, a lot of trauma, a lot of different things, and in a lot of ways you can be triggering people. You may not be speaking to them directly, but some of the behavior and different things that people may do may trigger people's trauma and different things like that. And I just think that is something that we like need to be more aware of. And that's all.
And Church Lady said,
Okay.
according to the Bible, if the message is right, it doesn't matter who delivers it. I've been learning stuff about the Bible. I had learned. Then they said, not the rooster in the background.
That's that chicken army.
Yeah,
we
they be
protect
cutting
it.
up. Hey, Church Lady.
Hey, Church Lady. Donna
But I
Hill
mean,
said, shout out, that message can come from the wrong person at any time. Plenty of parents have told their children, do as I say, not as I do.
Well,
Yeah.
but when they get when their children are cognitive of it, they also challenge their parents. Well, like, why are you telling me? That's why they have conflicts sometimes. Why are you telling me this when I've seen you do this and that and the other? It creates trust issue. It creates a lot of different things when parents do that. Do that
but
with their
my
children.
daughter know not to talk to me like that. She know not to talk to me like that. Tell me what? I'm grown. That's why. Now shut up.
And even
I don't
my
play
oldest
that.
son, when he was at his biggest, 6'3" and 240 pounds solid muscle, he wouldn't even.
They may not say it, but they think it. But that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to respond to.
Let me keep it funky with you. Let me keep it hood, as I like to say. I told my children when they were younger, I know how children are, and I know how parents are, and I know how sometimes you don't agree on certain shit, and sometimes you can get very angry at your parents. I said, one thing you can do, you can say whatever the fuck you want under your breath, but don't let me hear it.
Mm-hmm. And then
with my parents, it was plenty of times where I cussed my mama out under my breath.
Like, it's a lot of
maybe to my friends, so I definitely understand there are some things that kids might want to do, but will they do it? Some kids, hell no, because they have too much respect and fear for you. And some kids who don't have respect for you, they gonna take it all the way.
It's some children that get mad at their parents and feel like their parents are liars, simply based on the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. So, but anyways,
not too much on Easter Bunny and Santa Claus.
That right there, I don't know.
But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. But at any rate, no. We can't just have anybody preach something. We need some examples, and we have to start holding people accountable for their bad behavior if we want to do better. And that's just point blank.
Especially if they want to do better. And what else, Smooth Carter? How you doing?
All right, but thank you.
I agree, and also, us as men got to hold other men accountable too. When we see us slipping, we gotta, pull them to the side. It ain't gotta be public. It ain't gotta be nothing big. You know, we can talk behind the scenes like, hey, yo, bro, you gotta tighten up. You ain't looking good. It ain't about just you because we under attack as black men. We gotta represent each other, and sometimes we gotta not be so messy. We can entertain, but sometimes we gotta learn how to like step back and view things from another perspective. Like, am I doing this for me, or am I representing something more than myself? So when we
And
start
black
going out here, so when we go out here and start talking to other people, you know, in society, you know, we still have to represent that flag as black men. And no matter what, we still got to hold our own integrity, and also hold each other accountable. Because if not, we
and
just gonna keep going through this cycle. My bad. Go ahead.
And stop thinking that black men are the only ones under attack. Black women are also under attack. The black culture is under attack. So it's not just a one-sided thing. So we can't just look at like y'all are under attack and
Right.
we're not under attack.
Right, right. But this the thing. One of the main things is that what I see is that everybody say the black man, black man, black man, black man. What we ain't doing, and I think the first thing that us as black men need to do is hold ourselves accountable and be more
I agree.
responsible
I
as
agree
black
with that.
men. And then now we're not taking anything from our woman because us healing ourselves and us getting ourselves together is gonna be a benefit to y'all. So I believe once we get ourselves healed and get ourselves together, just like y'all do, vice versa, when we come together and we're able to have these conversations, we could come into this conversation without so much toxic, you know, spirits in us. Like we always got to be on the defensive and have to
Hmm.
be so defensive because y'all our counterparts. We love our black women. We want our black women to love us, but what is we representing so y'all can love us?
Why you
And
didn't
what
say
are
that over
y'all
there?
representing? And what are y'all representing for y'all for us to appreciate y'all? You know what I'm saying?
And
So it's a
healthy.
balance that we gotta have.
You
You
need a
know.
healthy father and a healthy mother. So a healthy father and a healthy mother. So like all the way around the board, everybody needs healing, and we have to think about how we treat one another and each other. But like I said, thank you, and it's been a good conversation. And like I
Okay.
said, like I enjoy. I do feel like it. I do feel like there's room for improvement, but I did enjoy the panel. And basically, if anybody on any topic, if anybody is up for the battle of ever debating me on any topic, I'm with it. But you better come with your A game.
Well, are you going to be
Peace.
there tonight for the women's panel, or did they already get a lineup, or what?
I'm gonna be there. I may not hit the panel because I want to just see how everybody else does.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll be live tonight, so I'll have to catch it. Depending on what time she goes live, because I'll be live at like 9 Central. So of course, I'll do my show with Riggs. So if I can't watch it, I will definitely hit the replay.
9 Central is Western. You're on Western time, right?
No, I'm on
Since,
Central.
Central.
since
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna try to visit both. I try to support everybody. But
Yeah,
anyways, peace,
you too.
y'all.
That's me too.
Mm-hmm.
all right, Hood
Peace.
Table. I just wanted to come up here and support for a minute. I know you got to get ready for your show. Hey, Ken, you did a good job, man. You know, I
Hey,
know
you
people
know,
say, and I know people say it was a lot of hypocrisy, but it was men having a conversation, picking each other brain. It wasn't really so much for what everybody else, as far as the negative things. I think that I
I
learned a
don't
lot
listen.
from a lot of y'all, a
I
lot of
don't worry
brothers.
about these people. No, but
Yeah,
these people are hypocrites. They just like I said, they will believe Goosey before they believe the people that's been in their sector. So I don't. These people are weirdos, and that's why I don't really show them the real me because they don't deserve it. They really
Mm-hmm.
don't. That's why I keep trolling their ass, and I'm gonna keep doing it. But
right.
thank you, Miss Hood Table. You
You're
know the
welcome.
Yeah,
real me.
thank you, Miss Hood Table Cake Diva.
Welcome. If I wasn't live tonight, I probably would go over there and hit Pieces link.
Yeah, yeah, but
But I
you
got
go
my
keep
thing over
doing
here.
your
But
big one.
Noble, I want to say, I don't know if you see the comment, Noble, but they said you've been on it today for real, for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he been doing his thing. See
yeah,
y'all
I
later.
had a moment of clarity. It's just a certain type of way I had to, represent myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we could be messy, but we still got to hold certain principles about who we are. And I'm more than what people try to portray me as. And it's time I, step up and show that. I don't have to have a channel to prove that. I don't have to do none of that. It's in my conduct. It's in my character, and that's what I stand on. You know.
I
But
understand.
but yeah, thank you for having me up. We're gonna have more of these unconscious conversations.
Absolutely. You know, over here we just always say we discuss everything from the hood to the White House, including the B sector. So
You have a good you have a good afternoon, evening.
All right, you too, hon.
All right, peace and love.
All right, peace and love. All right, you guys, I'm about to get my butt out of here. It is 4:00 in the afternoon. I ain't ate nothing. All I had was some coffee and some water. I was going to cook breakfast before I went live, but then I was like, no, I'm not going to be on here that long. I didn't expect to be on here like 3 hours. So I want to thank everybody who hit the panel, everybody in the chat for your engagement and your support, liking and sharing the videos. If you haven't already, please like and share the video. I appreciate it so much because we are on the road to 9 Kizzle. 9K, baby. We is on the road to 9 Kizzle. So make sure you please like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. If you want to donate to the platform, please hit the Cash App, $ the Hood Table 402. If you want to donate by way of Super Chat, feel free to donate to the Super Chat. And speaking of the Super Chats, I want to thank again Yvonne, thank you so much, boo. She said that part Jay done in her message when Jay was speaking, $5. I got 5 on it, smoking with that endo. Anyway, yes, shout out for the $5. Dana Smith, thank you, boo. I always appreciate you, boo. $9.99. I'm gonna round that up to 10. $9.99. Thank you so much, Dana Smith. I appreciate you, boo, as well. Thank you all for all your support and supporting the Hood Table. Man, I cannot believe we are on the road to 9K. I cannot believe this. Do y'all know how hard and how long it took me to get this channel up and running to even 1K? And 4,000 subbies? 4,000 watch hours? Because back in the day, you had to have 1,000. You had to have 1,000 subbies and 4,000 watch hours to even get approved for monetization. And now I think you only got to have 500 subbies. But yeah, it took me forever, to get up there. Now with my original channel, when back in the day, when I first started my original channel, it was so much support. We supported each other. We all liked and shared and ran people's playlists and all kind of shit. We would have marathon lives. We would hop from one to the next, to the next, to the next. We would do Sunday shows where people would go live back to back to back to back, and we would send everybody to everybody's channel. It was a lot more support back in the day. So it didn't take me that long to get my first channel up and running. But with this channel, it did take a minute, y'all, because we definitely don't support like we used to back in the day. But I just want to thank y'all so much for supporting the Hood Table. Because without you as content creators, without you guys, the supporters, and our subscribers and stuff, we can't be where we are. We can't do what we do. And I'm not a big channel. I might have a lot of subs, but I don't be having like the big 400, 500, 600, 700 crowd in here. And y'all know how I am. And I say it all the time, whether I got 10 in here or 100 in here, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to do my thug thizzle and get my commentary the best way I can do it, Hood Table style. Okay. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yes. Hey, Barry. Hey, Harry Hooven. How you doing? You said, won't he do it? I know that's right. Austin said, but the YouTube still wants to have 100,000 to get a YouTube plaque. Wow, that's crazy. It is crazy. You have to get 100,000 to get a plaque. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get that far, but if I do, I do. But hey, who was that in here? Mother was in here the other day. Treasure Lane. And I said, what I say? I said, I don't have 10 or nothing like that. I said, but I'm happy if I get to 9. And Trey's was like, 9 is the shit. What you talking about? 9 is a big thing. 9K. I was like, I know Trey's. I said, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. I'm trying to get the 10, the 20, the 30, the 40, shit like that. Hey, we all got to have goals, okay? If you're a content creator, you got goals, keep doing what you're doing, keep thugging it out on your channel, keep pushing out that commentary, because to do that, you have to remain consistent with your commentary. We have to, no matter what you're discussing. I might talk trending news, I might talk hood news, I might talk B sector, I might talk celebrities. I discuss everything under the sun. Whatever I want to discuss, I discuss. So, whatever it is, whatever you want your channel to be about, just stay on it, continue to push out the content, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. And keep in mind, everybody is not for everybody. Everybody is not for everybody. I know that. I know that. So some people are going to support and some people is not support. The people who supposed to support you is, when it comes to like me and my cake decorating and shit like that, my customers, every person is not your customer. Everybody is not going to agree with what you say or how you move. When it comes to my cake decorating business, everybody is not going to pay no $200, $300, $400, $500 or more for your desserts. It doesn't mean that they're not supporting you. They might not can afford it. They might not can get with that. But the ones who are and who will, they're out there. They're out there. Don't change what you are to fit into a box or anybody else. Stay being yourself. Absolutely, Harry. Stay being yourself. I learned from all the years of cake decorating and being a professional cake decorator. Do not dumb yourself down for anybody when it comes to content. And also, if you have a business, do not let people tell you that you're not worthy of what you think you're worth. If you tell a motherfucker it's going to be $250 for me to make that cake for you, don't tell them, well, that's too much. Do you think we could bargain? Do you think we could? No. But what I can do is show you what I can do for you and your budget. It won't be this right here, but I can definitely give you what you can afford. Okay? So when it comes to our content, don't dumb yourself down. Don't try to, change up yourself and all this kind of shit just for somebody else to like you even more. You know what I'm saying? Be you, be authentic. And the support will come. The support will come. So, that's how I feel about that. Like real shit. Real shit. Aunt Noble say you will have a great niche. Do your content on your craft. Yep. And that's why every now and then when I'm getting my orders in for my cakes, every now and then y'all see me pop out with a cake decorating video. And I just speed it up so y'all don't have, because it takes hours and hours and hours and hours from the time you first whip a cake up to finishing the last touch on the cake. It takes hours and hours and hours. Sometimes it's a whole fucking 8-hour process or longer. Okay. So I'll like record and then I'll speed it up to 2, 3, 4 minutes for you guys and I'll post it. So yeah, I do all kind of different content, cakes, t-shirts, designing, trending news, national news, hood news, celebrity news, beef sector, do it all. But whatever you want to do, just make sure you're doing it because you want to do it. Okay. And that's all I got to say. Now I'm about to get up here and fix me some eggs, some ham, which I had took out earlier. I actually had to run and put the shit back in the fridge because then again, I didn't think I would be on here that long because I was going to cook me up some eggs and ham and some toast and shit like I had told somebody else earlier. But I'm about to get off of here and make me some breakfast. It's almost 5 o'clock in the evening here, y'all. And then I'm going to be back tonight. Here's the banner again. Here's the banner again for me and Rig's show tonight, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific. Will be on his channel. I've been dropping the link throughout the chat, throughout the show. So please, if you are not subscribed to my favorite co-host, Big Riggs and I, we are approaching our 1-year co-host bursary for our Sunday night shows. Tonight we'll be on his panel, next Sunday my panel, and we always flip-flop back and forth, panel to panel, okay? So please meet us over there, all right, tonight, all right? And enjoy, you know, come over there and just get ready to have a great time. Grown folks conversation, you know what I'm saying? Great interaction, great engagement. You know what I'm saying? Riggs and I are a cool team, okay? All right, you'll love it there. You'll enjoy it there. But yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. You said split up your craft is one niche and the other is another niche. Diversity. Yes, diversify is good. Diversify is good, especially as a content creator. Yes, absolutely. I agree. But yeah, so we'll see you tonight, hopefully, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'll drop the link one more time before I get out of here. Go on over there, hit the subscribe button to Riggs. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss the shows. And join us over there tonight. I appreciate you guys. Like and share the video. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.